Tiger fans, what a great time to be a part of Jackson State Athletics. TC Taylor on his second year. We're very excited about Coach Taylor. 10,000 season ticket holders. That's our goal for the year. With 10,000 season ticket holders, we will have more support for our student athletes, for our coaches, and also we can support our university when it comes to Jackson State University Athletics. Go to JSUTigers.com. 10,000 season ticket holders is our goal. Support Jackson State University. Go Tigers.
This is Shaggy. I've got with me the coach from Cannon Toyota. They have partnered up with KC-1400 Media, the Jackson State sports media partner, to bring you this really cool fan experience.
That's right, folks. We've teamed up with KC-1400 Media Group to bring you Jackson State's finest football players that'll be here live on site June 22nd. Come by, shake hands, and meet some of your Jackson State Tigers.
Appreciate it, Coach. This is Ken Clark. We'll be down in Vicksburg June 22nd. We're going to be bringing some football players. We hope to have a lot of Jackson State fans on site. We're going to have some schedules players can sign, hopefully take some pictures, and we plan on going live. We stream from YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Cannon Toyota keeps us mobile. We're excited. We're coming to Vicksburg. Go Tigers, baby.
Stop by Saturday, June 22nd for your chance to win 2 season passes for Jackson State's 2024 football.
Great day to be a Tiger. JSU By 40 campaign. Coach Taylor, I was just thinking, I was sitting in my office and we were talking about Jackson State Athletics, the tradition of Jackson State. You played here. What if 50,000 alums gave $40 a month for 12 months?
Man, that would be huge. That's money in the bank for athletic program.
Let's do this, Coach. I'm challenging all 50,000 alumni of Jackson State University, supporters, fans. Let's give $40 a month to JSU By 40 campaign. 12 months, 12 million. September to August, let's win championships in the classroom. Let's support Jackson State University. Let's support athletics. And let's make sure our coaches and our student athletes are successful. So again, Coach Taylor and I are challenging you, all 50,000 alums, $40 a month for 12 months to support Jackson State Athletics. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Support the JSU By 40 campaign. Visit gojsutigers.com/JSU By 40.
What's good, Tiger Nation? What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Apologize for my tardiness. Had a chance to go to the meet and greet tonight with James Houston, and y'all can see I'm rocking the merch. I bought a t-shirt, y'all. I bought a t-shirt. Shout out to James, the Problem Houston, for coming back to the city, man. He's got the camp on Sunday. And I hung out as long as I could, man, to try to see him and talk to him and just kind of, speak about some things that he got going on. And it was a great conversation. It was great to see him. Glad to see him back in Jackson, he and his team. And I definitely wanted to support. So it's just been a very, 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 very busy day. It'll probably just be me tonight, which is okay. And show must go on, and we'll go from there. So we got a big event tomorrow in Vicksburg. I wanted to make sure we come on because this is the last opportunity to get everyone to come on. Make sure you guys, all roads lead to Vicksburg in the morning, man, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're going to be at Cannon Toyota. Cannon Toyota, I'm going to say it again. We're going to be at Cannon Toyota tomorrow. We're going to be down there with our guys, man. We're bringing the general, you know what I'm saying? We bring in Mr. Mulligan, Isaiah Spencer, Kobe Paul. That boy gonna ball, man. You know what I mean? So we're gonna be in the building. We're gonna set up. I'll be down there pretty early. It's gonna be a tailgate setup type situation going on. I got some memorabilia, got a lot going on, man. I got some schedules, like as I stated. We got t-shirts, we got merch, we got all that popping, man. So if you guys can, we would greatly appreciate it if you come down to Vicksburg to support these guys. Listen, man, there's a lot of work that goes into the things that we do. And I got to be honest, man, it's a journey that we own, and it can only happen. Hey, man, KT Dub, what's up, baby? Tell him, man. Hey, listen, I want to go home. I ain't going to lie to y'all, man. I want to go home because It seems like every time I come to Jackson, man, it's nonstop work. And I can't even begin to try to tell you guys everything that I've done since I've been here, but if it comes up, I'll tell you about it. Give me a second. Let me clear out these notifications. If you know me, you know I don't like notifications. And it's all good. Shout out to my sister, my photographer buddy, Miss Akwe, was over there at M-Bar with me tonight, her and her husband. And I appreciate her for taking the camera and doing her thing, helping your boy out. So I like this T-shirt though, man. Shout out to James, the Problem Houston, man. I had to come and rock that thing. I got me a fresh black fitted from Reed Enterprise at the Food Truck Friday event for the season tickets sale. We sold some tickets today. You know, it wasn't a whole lot, but we sold some. So the objective is, you know, we make revenue. We sold some tickets. Shout out to my sister Vaughn and her team over at the ticket office. We working. And what's up, ASVP? Austin grabbed me and Zoe. I ain't gonna tell y'all nothing, but we shot some videos today, man, pushing season tickets. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Zoe, you know, y'all gonna see Zoe DeLorean in a way that you ain't, you know, you've seen him in a way, but it's gonna be pretty dope. I like Austin's creative mindset when it comes to the ideas. And AJ, bro, ain't no stopping us, man. So look, since it's Friday, brother TD got, you know, TD and Zoe both, they may come on later, they may not. You know, they got, you know, it's Friday night, man. So I understand. It's Funky Friday. It can go either way. But I'm going to drop the link in a second. And then, you know, if you want to come up and you got something on your heart and mind, I do want to ask Brother C. Lee to come up at some point. I want you to talk about your experience yesterday at the youth camp. Shout out to you. I got a chance to meet his grandson. It was a great turnout, man. Shout out to the chief of police, man. Shout out to everybody that came out, all the kids. It was over 100 kids that pulled up to the camp. And it was a beautiful sight, man. Coaches and the players did an outstanding job of hosting a youth camp and a youth and cheer camp. And it was a great turnout. So shout out to the parents that thought it was important enough to bring their kids to the JSU camp. And I'm thankful for that. So, you know, it's always a good look. And anytime, you know, we host anything, we hope that it's a great turnout. You know, we got through the women's camp. Now we move on to the youth and cheer camp. Today was the actual prospect camp. You know, I know we're going to get a great report from that. And what is the address of Cannon? I'm not trying to be funny when I say this. Just Google Cannon Toyota Vicksburg, and it'll tell you the address. I don't know the address. I have to Google it. I can't give you the address. Just go into your phone and hit Google and put Cannon Toyota of Vicksburg, and it will give you the address. And then you tap that address, and it'll drive you. Yeah, it'll just drive you straight. I'm not trying to be funny. Appreciate you, J Viz, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the donation. Y'all keep them things rolling. Now, listen. We had it. We still have an initiative going. I just want to say that. I know we fell about $1,500 short. Oh my gosh, over 250 prospects today. I had to leave, man, because I had to go pick up my T-shirts that I shipped to the city so we can have them tomorrow at our event. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Darius. Thank you. So, sis, look in the chat. Always when the show is live, just put it in the chat. I promise you the chat going to do the work for us. 2047 North Frontage Road, Vicksburg, Mississippi, 39180. But I promise you, if you go to Google and you hit that map, it's going to give you the directions. So appreciate you, Darius. Always, I got to make Darius a moderator, man. Darius be on the ball, man. He be on it, man. Appreciate you, bro, as always. There you go. What's up, brother Israel? Like, share, subscribe, and join the channel. We're appreciative. We're thankful. And we're going to keep this thing going, man. So, yeah. So let me talk about today, I guess. Let me see. What a day. A lot has happened. We still I don't even think I checked all the boxes on my to-do list today, but I got most of them. I was about 90% today. But nevertheless, it's all good. Hey, y'all love texting me when I'm live, don't you? Y'all love it, though. Y'all love being a distraction. Stop it. Anyway, hopefully everybody had a great Friday. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Let's jump into a couple of preliminaries. Listen, I want to say this again. Hey, thank you, Sister Divine. Right at the right time. I'm telling y'all clutch tonight. Donate, donate, donate. Actually, we're about $1,400 short. So about $1,400 short. Hopefully we can hit that goal tonight. We do have some initiatives. I'll give whatever info I can. Hey, bro, listen. I ain't wasting no time. What's up, big dog? Hey, I bought it. I wanted to make sure that I represent it, man. Anytime I get on the screen, hey, I paid enough for it. Shit, I'm gonna rock this mug as much as I paid for it. Hell, I ain't got no problem. Yes. Hey, listen. No, I wanted to make sure I put my bro on, man. Yeah, man. I got a couple of photos. I'm gonna show y'all. But listen, the best way to give to support all of the initiatives that we're doing through this platform as we grow this thing is our nonprofit organization, Friends of KC-1400. I'm looking for friends tonight, y'all. Go to Givelify. It's a tax deductible donation. We got about 1,400 that we need to collect, and actually it's more than that. Actually, I just said 5K. It's way more than that, but I'm not even trying to. I got my brother AJ. We had a great conversation yesterday where we actually gonna shout out to brother Jerome. He joined the NIL chat. We making some waves, man. This thing is grassroots and it's growing, and we're literally going to continue to pound the pavement. We want to do a fundraiser in Vicksburg. We want to do a fundraiser. We talked about doing a fundraiser in Hazelhurst because we got some alums that's rocking with us over in that area, and that we can round up. That we want to let everybody know what we're doing, how to find us. We want everybody to subscribe to the channel, get active with us. Doesn't take away from anything that you're doing. We're gonna continue to push every other initiative. We got the JSU by 40. We're gonna put some good energy behind that. And I mean that, but what we're doing is unlike anything that anybody else is doing. They're not like us, and I don't mean that in a sense as if we're flexing on anyone. I don't have time to waste thinking about what someone else is doing, how they're doing it, and try to compare what we're doing. We just got a lot of work to do, and it's going to take a village. It's going to take the full community, and we're in the process of changing mindsets. We got to get past the mindsets of our people that see us doing, yeoman's work and doing great work, and they watch and they just won't participate. Whether it be because for whatever reason, we got to change those mindsets. We got to win you guys over. So I'm okay with that. I'm up for the task, and we're going to grow this thing into the greatest HBCU collective and community that exists. We're going to be the top. And I stand on that. That's right, KT Dub. That's right. Sometimes you do got to pop out and show them. But you know what, bro? After a while, the popping out and the showing gets exhausting because you do need your brothers and your sisters. There is a fundraiser going on. Absolutely. Shout out to Timona for taking the lead on that. And thank you, sister, for sharing that. It takes everyone, all hands on deck. Just because we don't take the lead on something doesn't mean it ain't happening. If you see something out there, let us know. We'll push it as hard as we can. And we want to put some momentum behind that. I know I got a slide that might make you a little happy. You know what I'm saying? Coming up. But before we get started, I just want to take a moment to shout out our channel sponsors. We want to shout out Cannon Toyota of Vicksburg. I mean that. They keep us mobile. I'm in a Cannon Toyota. I'm in a Tundra this weekend, and thanks be to Cannon Toyota. Shout out to Billy. Shout out to Clay. Had a chance to speak with them on Thursday. Shout out to Greg, brother Greg Lindsay, over there in Vicksburg at Cannon Toyota, and they're excited about the event. Also, en route to Vicksburg, we had a chance to talk to brother Timothy Poe. Shout out to brother Terrence Miles. Those that are at Auto Masters. We want to just shout out our channel sponsors. If you're looking for a vehicle, we got some. Hey, listen, It's a great resource. They can find any vehicle you're looking for, get it to you for a great price, man. www.automasters06.com, 601-927-7794. Hit them up. Let them know what you're looking for. Let's get it popping, man. And we want to send a huge shout out to Dr. Ted at Shout RX. Our internships are going to get to popping in just a couple of months, man. So y'all stay tuned. A lot to come with that. This channel is on the road to 6,000 subscribers. We are a little less than 60 subscribers away. So continue to share the content, continue to share the channel. Let everybody know. Tell every friend you know, like D. Corey, that you know what we got going on and what we're doing over here, man. And we would definitely appreciate that as we continue to grow. And we're gonna keep this thing rocking and rolling, man. Why did I take that loose? Shouldn't have done that. I don't think I needed to do that. Sorry about that, y'all. 1 second. Let me hook up my charger on my cellular device. And we'll keep rolling, man. But anyway, on the road to 6,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, hey, let me say this too, by the way. Please, I want everybody that's paying attention tonight, go to the YouTube channel and click on KC-1400 Media. Make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel, because I had someone yesterday that thought they were subscribed and they went to the channel and they realized that YouTube unsubscribed them from the channel. Don't know why, don't know how. That is a thing. I don't know what's happening or whatnot, but you may think you're subscribed to the channel and maybe you're not. So be sure to go click the actual page and make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure your notifications on. Make sure you hit that bell. So every time that we go live, you get notified. And while we're here, first day of summer, June 21st, we celebrate another monumental milestone for the channel. We are at 2.1 million views so far for the channel via KC-1400 Media and vidIQ. A little bit more than that, but they kind of a little behind. But we've eclipsed 2.1 million views lifetime on the channel, man, and it's a monumental thing. That means that's 200 and oh yeah, man. Oh wow, holy smokes. We just got a commitment, baby. What up, Coach Callie? What's up, baby? Yes, sir. Big time commitment, man. Big time commitment. It's paying. Hey, look, the work pays off, man. We just got a class of 2025 commit, Mr. Wayne Patterson, man. Y'all make sure. Hey, listen, do me a favor, y'all. I want y'all to go to KC-1400 MG Twitter right now while you're watching the show. Do me a favor. I just shared the post. I'm also about to drop it in the Platinum chat and all the JSU chats. Hey, man, y'all go blow that up, man. Go blow it up right now. Go blow this post up right now, man. I just posted in all the chats. If you're in the chat, if you see it, y'all go blow him up, man. Go show Wayne some love. I got a chance to meet Wayne today. And he came in on for camp. And this is a big-time player, man. Big-time player for Coach. Shout out to Coach Callie James, man, coming in already, man, making his way, man. And he was extremely impressed. Obviously, he was impressed because of just the way we broadcast and showed off. He's from Newman High School. Man, it's a big-time player, man. One second. I just shared it in all the chats, man. Y'all make sure y'all go blow that up. Please go blow that up. Go blow that up, man. Go blow that up. All right, let's keep it moving. Yeah, huge pickup. Listen, big kid, man. Got a chance to meet him, shook his hand, dapped him up. Great pickup, man, on the D-line. Kid can actually come in and play right away. But that's huge for us to already get that commitment. I know it's a little early, but, hey, it's okay. It's all good. But listen, this Saturday, tomorrow, I'm actually going to get there a little early. We are going to set up, and we're going to have a nice little tailgate type setup. We're going to have some Barbecue is going to be provided. We're going to have a raffle for the 2 season tickets. I want everybody to pull up on us, man. Let's make Cannon uncomfortable with the amount of Tigers that pull up in the building. We'll have our players there. They're gonna have some jerseys on. I got a nice stack of schedules. We'll get them to sign your schedules. If you got anything that you want them to sign, bring your memorabilia, man. Take your photos, show that love, and make sure you get cards while you're there. If you got anybody that's looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, Cannon Toyota, Vicksburg is the place to be. If you're gonna come over there, you might as well take advantage of all of it. So we hope to see Brother Kevin Dent in the building, our latest Hall of Famer, and let's have a great event, man. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you guys, man. We're gonna make it a good. We're gonna be in the showroom. It's gonna be a dope setup. We had a big navy blue Tundra with the JSU memorabilia. There you go. We got one of them in the house tonight, Mr. Mulligan. He said, "Can't wait to see y'all tomorrow. Y'all come show Irv some love tomorrow, man. Y'all pull up and show Irv, Kobe, Jacoby, Isaiah. Jeremiah won't make it. Jeremiah got to work. And listen, hey, if we was able to take care of them like we wanted to, they wouldn't have to work. They could just focus on football and be at all the events. But we got a ways to go. We're gonna get there though. We're gonna get there. One event at a time, man. One person at a time, one supporter at a time. But this is our first event ever like this. This is the inaugural KC-1400 barbecue for NIL barbecue for our brand ambassadors. And hopefully next time we do this, we got 20, 30, 40 brand ambassadors, man. We're trying to grow this thing. And the only way we can grow it is with the supporters. We need you guys to support. Imagine if you got 414 people watching us. Imagine if everybody got active with us and really took this thing serious. We could change the game for real, and we would be a serious threat to all those that. And the biggest fear that I know on last show, June 19th, it was Juneteenth. But I'll say this right here, man. The biggest fear that this country has ever feared is Black unity. If you go back and look at it, and that's something that's always been a major threat to just a lot of different systems that are in place, and I'll leave that at that. But I hope you guys pull up. I hope you guys show up and come show that support. And I don't care if it's 10, 15 people. We're going to have a damn good time. It's not about the numbers right now. It's about consistency and continuously putting it in front of you guys until we're going to make people believe what we're doing. We're going to make people buy into it. It may take us 13 times to cross your path before you eventually get active with us. And guess what? That means that all the 12 points of interruption were just as important. You know what I mean? So we got to continue to do the work, and you guys are only going to respond to it based off how we feel about it. So hope to see you guys. I expect to see you guys tomorrow, man. All right. While you're at it, make sure you join the movement. We got the JSU by 40. Make sure you join the movement, and that's $40 a month, as many alums as we can get. We got over 50,000 alums. If everybody would get active in some capacity, if you say the hell with Ken and Zoe and all of them, I don't want to support them. They get on my nerves, whatever. Then do this. Or you can do all of it, or you can do both, whatever. Just do something. Do your part. And it'll all be for the cause, man. Make sure you get your season tickets while you're at it. If you don't have your season tickets, go to gojsutigers.com/tickets. Get your season tickets today. Now, listen, we talked about this on Wednesday. We have an alumni chapter challenge. This is the alumni chapter challenge presented by JSU Athletics. How do you join the challenge? All right, so you have to purchase tickets between June 17th, which is already passed, and this is going to run all the way to July the 26th. So you literally have a month and 5 days now, right? So you select your alumni chapter from the drop down at checkout, and then you stay engaged. Every Tuesday and Thursday, they're going to update the leaderboard, and it's going to be some pretty cool stuff as far as recognizing the top chapter that led to the most season tickets being sold, man. So join the challenge, man. Make sure you join the challenge. Appreciate the donation, brother. Appreciate the donation. We got some. Look, I'm gonna put this up here while y'all at it, because y'all might come up in this thing. We got a lot that we got to do, and that's actually accurate, by the way. Matter of fact, I'll wait until after I get through all my slides here. But listen, I was over there with the problem, man. James the Problem Houston. I got me a T-shirt. I wanted to show a couple of photos, man. He was in the building at the M-Bar tonight. He got a camp on Sunday morning. So listen, if you haven't signed up, if you got a kid that's playing football, listen, get them over there to register at 8 a.m., man. Come show James some support. Listen, James was the last player from Jackson State to get drafted into the NFL. We have to support when anytime a brother like this is trying to give back to the community, we got to show up and show out, man. We got to make sure we have a great showing. And if you got a kid, even if they went to the camp on Thursday, come back on Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying? It's early. I know that's church day, so that could affect that in a sense, but, do what you can. But it was great to see James. It was great to see his team out there. The brother here came with his James Houston jersey. James signed it for him. Now, just so you guys know, I know the T-shirt say 59, but he is rocking number 41 now. He went back to his JSU Florida college football number 41. So it's all good. James said approximately 200. Oh, hell yeah, that's what's up. What's up, my lovely photographer, Aquay? What's up, baby? She done made it in now. Her, and bro and hubby was holding it down. We was waiting on him. We was there like 7-something, waiting on him to come in, and he finally made it in. I was like, I gotta run. I gotta do the show, man. So listen, I don't get the luxury of being able to hang out all night or do whatever. You know what I'm saying? The show must go on, and it's all good. So it was great to see James, great to talk to him. I told him we're going to definitely connect because we want to let him know everything that we're doing. And my hope is to reconnect with James, with Isaiah Bolden, with Willis Patrick, all of those players that played at Jackson State that are in the NFL or any type of professional arena, to be able to let them really know what we're doing and how they can too support what we're doing in a way that's on the next level. Isaiah was the last. Actually, it was Isaiah Bolden. That's correct. My mistake. Thank you for correcting me, SB Speaks. You're absolutely right. Isaiah Bolden was our last draft pick because he came the year after. So Isaiah was in 23. James Houston was in 22. My mistake. Thank you. Thank you for the correction. It's absolutely correct. Isaiah Bolden James Houston was one of our last two. And I got a little ahead of myself. So thank you. While we're at it, for the season, they are selling the VIP Tiger Suites. So go to JSU ticket office at jsums.edu. You can send that email or you can call 601-979-0845 if you're interested in the VIP suite. If you want to be sitting down on the field with a great view, you got a table, you get food, you get all that good stuff. Hit up Amber Pack over there at the ticket office, and she'll get you all the information you need to get one of these VIP season ticket seatings. Save the date. We got the W.C. Gordon / Ashley Robinson golf tournament September the 4th. That's the week after the ULM game, and that's the week before the Lane College game. That's a Wednesday morning. We're going to be at Lake Caroline Golf Club. For more information, contact Athletics Marketing at JSUMS.edu. But it's out on social media, so all you have to do is click the link. You can go ahead and purchase your entry into the tournament. Definitely plan on being there once again, and it's always a great time. If you haven't had a chance to experience this event, you got more than enough time to put your PTO in, and you come on out there and listen. If you don't have golf clubs, it's okay. Just go rent some golf clubs from Edwin Watts right on County Line. That's what I do. Every time I come in town, I go to Edwin Watts and I rent me some clubs, $50 a day. You know, you spend $50, you go get a set of clubs, or you may have a family member or friend that's probably not playing, borrow their clubs. If they're real serious about their golf game, they're not gonna let you borrow their clubs. So you do better off renting if you ain't got none. So sign up, and hopefully we'll see you out there September the 4th. As I stated earlier, I know my sister said that there's a soccer fundraiser going on, but Coach Ted Flogaitis, listen, this is down the street from where I live. This is down the street from the crib, man. I'm very familiar with Silver Lakes Complex, Norco. literally off the 15 en route from Rancho Cucamonga down to San Diego. So you take the 15 to get you can literally take the 15 from Vegas all the way to San Diego into the Pacific Ocean, just so you know that. Speaking of the camp, great speaking with you at the camp. Hey, what's up, bro? Good to see you, big dog. The camp, bro, Brother C. Lee. I need to bring a pen and next. Hey, yes, indeed. But listen, Coach Flo will be out there. He said, look, the search for future Tigers is always on to represent DI Love. Amazing venue, great weather, and, of course, great players. Tag us with schedules. He will be in Cali June the 20th. That was yesterday, all the way through the 28th. So when I get home, I actually plan on going out there and seeing if I can get a chance to see if he's out there. Hopefully I'll get a chance to make it out there, possibly Tuesday afternoon, but we'll see how that goes. If not, then more likely I'll try on Wednesday, but we'll see. But Coach Flogaitis is going to be over in Cali doing some recruiting over at the Silver Lakes Complex in Norco, California. All right, tomorrow night, listen, if you come to Vicksburg, I already got your Saturday planned out for you, man. The JSU National Alumni Association has a dope, the ultimate blue and white experience. So listen, tomorrow at the Jackson Convention Complex, look, we got Dougie Fresh in the building. We got the greatest DJ, one of the greatest DJs to ever grace Jackson, Mississippi. We got DJ Finesse in the building. It's going to be hosted by Curran Claiborne. Come on, y'all. And we also got Stephanie Luckett, got Gerald Richardson, and even got Clint Babers in there. It's gonna be a show, man. You make sure you come in, you put the attire is you put on your best white and blue ensemble. So you know that we're gonna be clean. It's a blue and white affair. Your boy gonna be there. I'm going. Yes, we're gonna do the Vicksburg thing, and we're gonna head on over there to this event, man. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully. Look, if you see me out there, if you're gonna be at the event, let's collaborate. Let's talk, man. Let's chop it up about how we can partner with what we got going on, man. So that's what I'm on right now. Hopefully you on the same thing. If not, we got to get you on the same page. So blue and white experience tomorrow night at the Convention Center. Doors open at I don't know what time the doors open. Just be there. It ain't on the flyer. So anywho, hey man. Shout out to my guy, man. One of our ambassadors, top 50 returning FCS defensive lineman of 2024. Number 23 on the list is our very own Jeremiah Williams. There's no surprise, man. There's no surprise. I said there's no surprise here. Jeremiah Williams is a dog. He's gonna be. I think he's the best defensive lineman in the SWAC. But hey, look, don't come for me. I bust back. I keep trying to tell you that. No diddy. But nevertheless, Jeremiah Williams on. Shout out to Sam Herder with FCS Sports, recognizing our very own. It's 7 p.m. to midnight. There you go, man. Y'all are on the ball tonight. 7 p.m. to midnight. I might roll up in that thing by 9. You understand what I'm saying? And we'll see how that goes. So is Williams wearing 0? Hey, listen, you see the jersey, don't you? You see the number, don't you? I'm going to let you answer that question on your own. All right, then. Shout out to Jeremiah Williams, one of our KC-1400 brand ambassadors. That's my guy. Wish we can bring him out there tomorrow at Vicksburg. But look, he said he got to be at work. He got to be at work at 2. So we was like, don't play it close, brother. You know what I'm saying? We'll catch you on the next one. It's all good. Hey, while you're at it, we just dropped two dope interviews on Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club podcast. If you haven't had a chance to watch, the guy on the left is Cameron Smith, DB safety transfer from Eastern Michigan. The guy on the right, obviously, is KJ Giles Jr., transfer from San Diego State. Both 3-star kids, both expected to make an impact on Jackson State's dark side defense this year, man. Great interviews from these young men. Shout out to D. Corey, did an outstanding job with these interviews. If you haven't had a chance to watch those, go check them out, man. Go tune in, put it, bookmark it, and when in your free time, man, give yourself about a good hour. You know what I'm saying? 20 minutes tops for each interview. A few minutes in between for a restroom break. Hey, man, that's all it takes is a good hour, man. If you hadn't had a chance to tune into these, so keep up the good work, D. Corey. We got more interviews coming down the pipe and more big news coming down the pipe with Tiger Talk. And we're going to continue to push this thing and continue to grow it. All right, man. We had the youth camp on yesterday. We had the prospect camp on yesterday. Great success there. Let's see what we got. Now that I'm back off the road after 19 days. Okay. Oh, wow. So just got a text message from my SID who said that the roster will be up before media day for football. So everyone will know the numbers. So stay tuned. That's dope. That's good information to know. So you heard it from our very own SID that the football roster will be updated and all the numbers will be in the actual on the website before Swag Media Day. Swag Media Day is July the 16th. That's a Tuesday morning. We plan on being in Birmingham for that event, and we look forward to it. So look at that. Already ahead of you. Both were great interviews. Y'all go check that out if you haven't already. And again, tomorrow, I think we still have our team camp, depending on the amount of signups. If the signups weren't hidden worth anything, that might maybe not happen. But we do know that James Houston's camp is going to be Sunday morning. Registration begins at 8 a.m. Let's make sure that we pull up and show all the support. He said he got over 250 kids. That's going to be dope. I can't wait to go out there. I'm definitely planning on. And listen, we're going to sit down. We're looking to sit down with James and do an interview. I know some folks from his team actually mentioned that to me before I left tonight. And we're looking forward to it. So hopefully we can get James to sit down and do a dope interview with us, and we'll make that happen. So y'all stay tuned for that, man. What else we got? Elite Showcase baseball over the weekend. And our second one will be August the 3rd. We got volleyball camps. Make sure you go to jsums.edu/summer camps if you look interested in all phases from 8 all the way up to elite in volleyball skills. Last but not least, we got the experience, the committed experience. We got our fundraiser with Coach T.C. Taylor, hosted by Taylor Elite Athletics and friends, Karamu Cunning, which is DJ Unpredictable, KC-1400 Media. It's going to be a heck of an experience. So don't wait, man. Go to Eventbrite, committedtheexperience.eventbrite.com, and go ahead and get your tickets, man. All right, that was a lot. Is there a registration online for James Camp? Actually, sis, if you want, what you can do is you can go to Go JSU Tigers IG page. You see that little barcode right there? You can scan the barcode and actually it'll let you sign up online. So definitely do that. Oh yeah, just got another text message. Women's basketball. All right, so here we go. Women's basketball elite camp is going to be August the 3rd. So listen, if you got any female hoopers, any young ladies that's looking, whether it's high school, middle school, whatever, the elite camp. So I'm going to say middle school. These are your elite athletes on the women's basketball side. Their camp is going to be August the 3rd. Stay tuned. I'm sure there will be some a flyer that will go out, and we'll push that on all the shows when we get that edit out. We got a little time, so we got a little bit more. We got about a month and about a month in a week or so, a month and a half, a little bit more than about a month and a half before that happens. So we're gonna make it happen. So looking forward to that. JSU women's basketball elite camp, August the 3rd. Make sure you mark that down. Appreciate you, bro. Hey, listen, I'm going to go ahead and drop this link right now. Got a lot that, 40 minutes of just rambling. My goodness. But anyway, Brother C. Lee, I'm going to call up on you first, man. Come on up, man. Talk about your youth camp experience. I want you to share what you shared with me. I want everybody to hear that because I think it's important with the type of program that the coaches are building. We get a lot of oh my goodness, the Edmonton Oilers have forced a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Finals. Holy smokes. The Panthers was up 3-0. Damn, they lost 3 straight games? Well, hockey, if they mess around and lose that, they're going to be sick, bro. All they had to win was 1 game. damn, it'd be the first 3-0 comeback probably in history. But anywho, lot that we covered, lot that we had to talk about, man. And like I said, I'll wait for the C leader. There he is. I ain't gotta wait too long. He's already there. He is. What's up, big bro? Good to see you again.
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Hey, man, what's up? Look here, Kyle, you're the hardest working man in HBCU sports and culture. You the James Brown of HBCU sports and culture, man.
Hey, man, hey, somebody got to do the work.
So yeah, man. I'm glad I've been leading with this the whole time. First of all, it's a great day. And we will get down a little bit later. I got one really kind of funny story for you, but it was a great day. And
hey, I'm gonna go off camera because I got like 2 chicken wings left right here to my right. So I don't want to see them over here with this violence I'm about to have on camera. So I just wanted to say that as a preliminary so folks didn't think I was being rude. So give me just a second. Go ahead and do your thing. I'm gonna be uninterrupted. I have barbecue sauce all on my hands. So when I come back, I'll be good. So just go ahead and do your thing. I'm still here with you.
So go ahead and get that, what we call a yard bird. So I just want to say to everybody that it was a first-rate experience. And, it was great, man. It was, we had pre-registered. So because we had pre-registered, it was just a smooth process. But I got to say that just about everybody kind of got there at the same time. And I just want to give a kudos because people complain when things go badly. There you go. People complain when things go badly, but we don't never give props when they go well. And when I say this was one of the best organized camps I had ever attended. And so when you talk about 200 children and parents and sponsors getting there at one time, and they had us signed in and in our waiting spots probably within 15 minutes. And so that's the first thing that I want to say and give props just to the whole, to all of the Jackson State football and the whole athletic program. And then secondly, and what I mentioned with Ken is, I can't tell y'all how touched I was, and I mean this seriously. I was so touched by the football players we have on our team. Those young student athletes, they seemed more excited to engage with, nurture, and pour into the young people at that camp than the young people being there. I mean, when I tell you that our football players, they weren't just teaching these young people. They were running through the drills with these young people. They were hyping these young people. I'm not one of those really kind of softy, easily touched kind of people, man. But I'm not gonna sit there and lie. As I was watching it, to see the kind of quality young people we have on our football team. We all want wins, right? We all want wins. We all want to pump our chests out. We all want to say we won the East, we won the SWAC, we won the Celebration Bowl. But I promise y'all, man, had y'all seen the young men and the young men and women, so the football players, but the young women who are also involved in the support staff, to see how those young players love, because you expect the coaches, right? The coaches bring a certain amount of maturity. The coaches know how present you have to be.
Right.
But it was almost like our players. It was like they had kids. It seemed like to me that they were saying in their mind, they remember how special the camp like this was for them.
Right.
When they were in that age group. And they wanted to make it just as special to this next generation. So I stopped there for a minute. A couple of things I want to say, but I just have to say that the drills, what they learned, it was cool to see there were a couple of Little League football teams that had signed up their teams. There was folks from all over, a lot of football enthusiasts. Ken, you see grown people. Look here. I saw one Mama Ken She was going harder than, because her baby, somebody fell down. She was like, get tough, baby, get tough. Ken, I got scared. I was like, whoa, let me calm down. So, but it was, I just want to say that, and then we can talk about it. I just want to leave. And the great thing for me, here's the added plus, Ken, for me. My grandson, who was 8th grade, the 8th grade group was led by Mr. Jensen Riley. So I told him, I said, boy, you're in good hands. I told him, I said, Jensen, take care of my grandson. So yeah, it was great, man. That was the best. That was probably the highlight for me. But also the highlight for me was, put in the chat, how many of y'all put in the chat, and I hope I say it right, how many of y'all old enough to remember it was the NYSP? Was it NYSP? Put in the chat, y'all, the Jackson State Summer Youth Camp. Was it NYSP? How many of y'all remember NYSP at Jackson State all those summers? Mm-hmm. And that was the time for me when Jackson State, you knew that Jackson State was the community school. There we go, NYSP. When Jackson State was the community school. Mm-hmm. Like it was like we like to say all the time that the city of Jackson is the campus of Jackson State. I love the way Ken and Zoe say that. They say that the city of Jackson,
right,
is Jackson State's campus.
Jackson is our campus.
And right. It felt like that. Yesterday, you could feel the whole city. In fact, that was, you know how you hear little things. You're not really eavesdropping, but you hear little conversations. And one of the adults said it was one adult with 3 other adults, and they was like, "Man, this is nice. I've never been to a Jackson State football game." And somebody said, "Well, you going this year because I got extra tickets." I mean, that's the kind of community it was. So that was that was one of the I just love. And here's the thing about it: I had been in the Walter Payton Center, so it was cool going. It had been a minute, but I had been in the Walter Payton Center, but I hadn't been on the field since it had been renovated. So that's my first time being on the field when it was renovated, Ken. So when I got out there and my grandson got settled, wasn't nobody looking, Ken. I stooped down, I put my hand on the turf, I said, "What is this? Is this velvet? Is this velvet? What is this turf here? This that velvet turf, ain't it?" So for all of y'all, if you haven't been on the field since it's been renovated, man, it was just really a special time. And look, if you see Ken video, Ken posted like a 1 minute and 40-second video.
That was just at the beginning before we started. That was it.
I came right because I'm teaching in the summer program at Tougaloo. So I teach a class on the summer program too. So I came straight from work. So I'm the only somebody there that's not in the right proper gear. I got on one of my C.D. McKinney shirts. I got on one of my Paisley blue shirts. And I'm the only somebody looking like a fish out of water. Everybody else in football gear looking good. I look like the old out of work broke down pimp. Like I look like the broke down pimp don't know where he need to be. That's what I look like. I ain't gonna. So when you see Ken and you wonder why C.D. look like broke pimp, that's cause I had just come and my grandson he called me Granddaddy Dynamite, and he was like he was like Dynamite, I don't want to be late now, Dynamite. I said, okay, man, I'm gonna get you there. So yeah, so that was I'm gonna let you go jump in, Ken. I have one more look. I want to say.
You're good. No, you good. No, I thought it was a great turnout. I sat there and just kind of sat in the lobby of the Walter Payton Center and Walter Payton Complex, and just I was watching the kids. Shout out to the Bears, man. They brought their whole. That was TC's son. He said that's his son's team. They brought their whole team, man. Over 100 kids out there, and that's the thing that those camps are the things that those kids remember. Hopefully they'll stick with it. I saw a lot of my childhood friends that are now adults coaching football. We had to listen. If you grew up in Jackson and you were around the early 90s as a kid, you played at Lake Hyco Park. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you played it. And so a lot of my friends that played in the Pee Wee football leagues, or you played at Grove Park with Coach Cheatham, you know what I'm saying? The legends of the city, you know. So anytime you see your childhood youthful friends that are now doing what we once were, we're the old guys now, you know, we the OGs now. So it is what it is. And it was a good experience. I was just happy that we had a great turnout, and we got a great facility over there at Jackson State. Great facilities to show off and to share with the public, and I thought that was pretty cool. I was excited to see the police chief. I know it meant the world to him, that, as he stated, you know, on the news, that listen, this is where you change the community at. You get them early.
Yep.
You pour into them. And
they said what they had, they sponsored about how many, about 12, 15 young people?
Yeah. Yep. And listen, this is brutal. Lake Hico is closed now. Wow. Damn. It's like everything from my childhood closing. Chastain closed, you know. Lake Hico, damn.
Yeah.
But I remember playing in the city of Jackson, even before we got to Brother C-Lee, before we even got to that, the basketball side. How many of y'all remember Broadmoor Baptist Church, Northside Drive, Mr. Bewley? I still remember this.
Yeah.
All of us, if you hooped in the city of Jackson, you played at Broadmoor Baptist Church under Mr. Bewley, and it didn't make no difference who it was. I mean, I remember all of them, you know, Mo Williams, James Thomas, Shucks, man, myself. I mean, the list goes on and on. Some of my childhood friends. So it just, a lot has changed, man, in the city, and it's okay.
And I don't know if this is the proper name for it, but this is what we called it because there was so many great programs going around. How many people remember the Whoop Booty truck coming around the Grove?
I sure remember the Whoop Booty. Hey, man, we used to get them Whoop Booty sandwiches, extra milks. You know what I'm saying? In the summertime, that's how we ate.
Hey, you wanted to get in line first because you didn't want that chocolate milk to run out. You want the box with the chocolate milk in it. I seen a minute fight at Grove Park. That last box with the chocolate milk in it.
Oh, you're talking about the lake. Man, I ain't never seen Lake Hico.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't give a damn about Lake Hico. We hooped on the court and we played football on the field. That's all I knew about Lake Hico Park. There's a difference between Lake Hico Park and Lake Hico. I wasn't going to Lake Hico. There were gators over there. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't messing around over there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. There you go, Andre. We damn sure used to watch it. That's right. Tell them again, Justin. There's a difference. They're supposed to build houses where Lake Hico was. Grove Park Community Center is open. Don't know about the baseball field. They're gonna build houses where Lake Hico was.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's actually. I know some people who are on that committee. Know some people, and I got to go back and revisit that about why they drained the lake, what they're planning on doing with it, and redevelopment. And I know some folk who's on both sides of the issue. So I don't, I like to pretend when I speak, I like to have all my facts. And I know some folks who were on the pro side of them draining the lake and that development. I know some people who were on the con or the negative side of them draining it. So I want to talk about that. But yeah, there was some controversy around the lake being drained and the development. And I think the problem is after the development, is that going to limit or how is that going to impact the park being open to the wider community? I think that was what was going on around it. But I want to hold that till I talk to some more people and get that information.
How deep was that lake?
It was deep enough to fish in. I know that. Because I know people used to fish in it.
Wow. Yeah, man. And so there was two worlds that we lived in. You know what I mean? I mean, across the street from Lake Hico, you had some income-based apartments, and up the street, I had my first apartment in Birdwood. You know what I mean? So it was what it was. So Everything said, please get the facts. Everything is so hush and jack. Like, there's a lot that's happening in Jackson. I think what's going to eventually happen, Brother C. Lee, is that I hate to say that, but there is some moving and shaking happening in Jackson. It is.
Yep.
And I hate to say this, but everything in me says Jackson is about 5 years away from a serious gentrification standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
I say 5 years. I tell you right now, it may be sooner because it's happening. I've seen this. I done lived in a city that was gentrified. It was already nice, but the other side that wasn't the side, it wasn't where they wanted it to be. They took it over. I remember living in said city, and Brother C. Lee, I'm talking, it was nothing but, I'm talking about it was hippies walking tie-dye, and you can go over there in a hole in the wall and get the juke joint on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm talking in Texas. That same area now, bro, has been, I don't want to say confiscated, but it has been just gentrified. And now you got condos in excess of $6,500 for a one bed. It's insane, man. Now you got downtown high-rise condos in that very same spot. There used to be a lot of homeless people staying in that area. They have pushed them and pushed them and pushed them. So that's where we at with it. And
I tell people, if Harlem can be gentrified, anywhere can be gentrified.
That's a great point. It's happening, man. So once again, we have to be prepared. Listen, Brother C. Lee, I gotta say this, and I stand on this. I don't really care how nobody feels about this. Ain't nobody coming to save us, man.
Nope.
They're not coming to who? They gonna annihilate us if we allow it. I don't even mean that in a sense of like, whoa, you got to make sure that you, whoa, you know. No, I'm just telling you, because we're too busy. We're so engulfed in individualism and anti-unity, you know what I'm saying, and pro everything else except for pro community. And I don't mean everybody. I just mean the vast majority of that. It's a very serious indictment against us as a people. Individualism will get you only so far. You can do great, but it's not gonna go past your. There's no legacy behind that. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna go past you. Once you hit the dirt, whatever you had going on ends. And for us as a people, just where we are right now, I'm seeing the relaxation of bigotry.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, it's like, it's crazy, man. But you go to the blackest city in America and you just look around. Eventually, they're going to start dibbling and dabbling. They're going to start pinching off Jackson. And in some ways, it ain't going to be a bad thing in some ways, because it's just we ain't really done much with what we got. You know what I mean? And you hate to see that, but anywho, I could go on because I had somebody ask me a question about the reason I'm saying this. Somebody asked me a question about, commissioner of the SWAC was renewed. He got an contract extension. Jackson native, and I don't really have. I don't feel how everybody feel. I just think that the SWAC, the conference that we're in, is probably at its zenith at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's he got a lot to hang his hat on based off of the landscape of yesteryear.
Mm-hmm.
And however it comes, it's not going to change the community much. As far as the community of the SWAC much, it's going to kind of be, we're going to stand pat and we're going to continue to be where we are, and we'll try to be the best we can in that space. But progressive, next level existence beyond, within what we're seeing happening, I don't see that yet.
Right.
I don't think that's coming. I don't want to beat a dead horse with that, but I just don't think that. I think some of the conversations we're having is a waste of time because it's not going to yield any fruit from that. You know what I mean? because I just don't believe that. It seems like right now, sometimes the hardest thing in the world to do is to sit down with somebody that look like you and have a unified conversation about an idea that we can support collectively.
Right.
And it's unfortunate.
I'm going to connect the two conversations this way.
Go ahead.
What has happened, and we'll go from Jackson to the SWAC. What has happened in Jackson is that we got away from what was called, when we first were able to get political control of the city, you did what was called block voting. And what I mean by block voting, and for people who in the chat who still live in Jackson, I want you to just drop the number of your ward in the chat, whether you Ward 1, Ward 2, Ward 3, because here's what we did at the beginning of that, right? If you lived in Ward 3, Ken, you didn't just vote for Ward in your Ward, Ward 3. What I then would do is I not only would find out who I wanted to be the councilman or council person in my ward, I would go to you, Ken. I say, Ken, look here, who you think is the best person for your ward? And so what we would do is we would form ward collectives. And so having a ward collective meant that, let's say there was 6 or 7 of us, because, it was always one ward that was not us, right? I'm not a big hip-hop person, but there's one ward that's not like us, right? So it would be, so we would have that other ward that was not like us, but the 6 of us, so it would be a conglomerate. And so you would run basically across the board ticket, right? You would have, so I would say, hey, I'm voting for this person in Ward 3, and I want everybody in Ward 4 to vote for this person. I'm voting, you see what I'm saying? I'm voting for this person in Ward 3, and I want everybody, because what we understood was it didn't make any sense if my ward had a great councilman, but Ken, your ward had a knucklehead for a councilman. And so what we did was, that's the way we were running the block. We got away from that. And now because we got away from that, and I'm going to say this is, look, don't send your emails or your letters, or you don't send your texts or your tweets, because I don't get them. Ken, I don't get them. But you can email C. Lee. This is not coming from Ken Clark. This is not coming from KC-1400. This is coming from C. Lee McInnes. Of the black people in the Jackson City Council and the Democrats, the only one that's not in the pocket of our oppressors, the only one that's not bought and sold, is Brian Grizel. Every other person, every other council person that's on the Jackson City Council is either controlled or bought and sold by our oppressors. And so what we need to start doing is that we need to not only get together for our ward, but if you know somebody in Jackson who lives in other wards, we all need to start meeting collectively to see who is someone that we can run. Because I would say this, other than Brian Grizel, there's nobody else who sits on the city council that I think is worth being reelected. Not one person, because to Ken's point, that's the way the oppressors are trying to take over the city, is that they have bought everybody else. And you have people, let me give you one example, kid. This is one example, Ken. Check this out. So a lot of people don't know that they are demolishing the Eudora Wealthy library, right?
Yep.
Okay, check this out. So they're demolishing the Eudora Wealthy Library. A lot of people don't know, Ken, that underneath the Eudora Wealthy Library is a database, is the IT database for the entire city. So Mayor Lumumba basically contracted out somebody to say, look, as we are demolishing this and getting ready, we need to hire somebody to take care of this database, right? To store this database, right? You got to save the database. Just because they don't like Mail and Moon, they want to work for these idiots voted not to hire somebody, Ken, to back up our database. I said, so I told him, I said, you do know that every night when your phone updates, your database has to be stored. It saves and stores your database, right? That's the kind of decisions that a lot of the people, doesn't have anything to do with sense, doesn't have anything to do with, it has to do with these people are in place strictly because they want to do the worst job possible so they can make the whole city look bad so that then they can come and colonize and take over the city. And so no matter in what ward you live, so if you live in Brian Gazelle's ward, you need to say, okay, I got a good city councilman. How can I get with people in other wards to get rid of these other city councilmen that they are doing the job that outsiders want done to demolish and to retake over the city. And so please start talking to other people in other wards, because that's the only way we're going. We have to start thinking, and guess what Kim was saying about meism. My ward can't survive. If whatever your ward is, it cannot survive if the other 4 or 5 wards are terrible. Right? Now, Brother Brand, they back it up daily. What I'm saying is they back it up daily. This was because with the digging, they were going to have to take up the whole system. This was in there. So they were going to have to take up the whole system. So they needed a special backup to reload and rehouse everything while they were working there. And some of these idiots voted not to actually do it. Just because they want something bad to happen to the city. You have people sitting on the city council that are voting just to make sure things go poorly for the city of Jackson. You have black people who are voting just to make the city look bad because that's what they're being told to do. And again, don't send your emails to anybody but the Celie McInnes. And so that is like coming back to, what do we have to do about, thinking about the moves that we made. A lot of people like to talk about Art of War by Sun Tzu. Mm-hmm. And so I'll add this, what Sun Tzu said with Art of War. What people don't understand is they think that peace is the normal way of life and war is the anomaly. And what we need to understand is just the opposite. War is the normal way of life and peace is the anomaly. In fact, the only reason you have peace is because people are rested until they can wage some more war. Okay. And as black people, we don't seem to understand that the other side is always plotting their war strategy. We thought we was going to have our civil rights movement, have our 1964 Civil Rights Act, 1965 Voting Rights Act, and then everything was going to be fine. And that's what happened. And we went to sleep, and the other side kept working until we realized that war is constant, as Sun Tzu said, and that every day you awake, you should be prepared for war. Let me give this African. I want to ask that question, but I'm going to give y'all a little African proverb. And it's a 2-part proverb, Ken. I love one of my favorite proverbs. It says that every day the lion awakes, knowing that he has to run faster than the slowest gazelle to survive. The lion ain't got to run. He ain't got to outrun the fastest gazelle. He just got to be faster than the slowest gazelle. Right. Now watch this, kid. Watch the second part. And every day the gazelle awakes, knowing he has to be faster than the slowest gazelle. He ain't got to be faster than the line.
Yeah.
I just got to be fast. And that's the problem with most black people. We are engaged in individuality, willing to sacrifice our fellow gazelles instead of turning around and facing the line collectively. And so to the question about asking to sell the phone calls and selling the houses, that's what Ken was saying. That's how gentrification starts. Gentrification starts with them testing the market to see which residential properties we can purchase. And so if you're getting phone call after phone call, some people tell me again, I don't text and I don't tweet. People, you get these because now you get these calls. Like you used to get these, what do you call these spam phone calls. They tell me now you get spam texts. Like I don't know, and so these phone calls are a telltale sign that the vultures and the sharks are circling. I want y'all to hear me clearly. Those phone calls y'all getting about selling your houses and selling, that's the vultures and the sharks circling. And so because the vultures and the sharks are circling, you have to be really clear about those calls and those letters. Because they're telling you, look. Here's the mastery of white supremacy. Let me tell you the mastery of white supremacy. They convince black people that what we have ain't no good, and then they come take it from us. Africa, they tell you that Africa is absolutely nothing, yet for the past 3,000 years, white people have been trying to take Africa every chance they get. If Africa, Ken, wasn't worth anything, why are white people always trying to colonize it? And so if Jackson wasn't worth anything, why are they trying to take our airport and trying to take our water and trying to take everything we got? Because they know that how Jackson goes is how the state goes. Black people are the only people who don't understand that Jackson drives the state. If we as black people understood that Jackson drives the state, we would take care of it. We would protect it. We would love on it. But because we have believed the propaganda of our enemies that Jackson is nothing because we believe we are nothing, we are going to be the ones that's going to make it easy for them to take it over. I'll shut up.
I mean, you dropping it. You letting it be known. I mean, it's a lot to be said. I mean, Junior said a comment that I thought was, I mean, if you really just get down to it without getting into the grimy side of it, there's no easy way to say it. I was talking to someone the other day, and I was just like, honestly, you can only win the game if you play it by the rules that was written for it. You know what I'm saying? And there's a way to do it, but at the end of the day, my opinion is we should oh wow. Cover in Georgia. Oh yeah. Wayne, he's I'm looking at this recruit that we just had to commit over in Cover, Georgia. Yeah, so Jackson people are down home friendly. And Mississippi people, some of the kindest. As a mortgage professional, I would like to see more black men purchase homes. Right now, black women are purchasing homes 10 to 1 compared. There's a lot I can say with that. That's a whole lot that comes with that. No, you're right on.
And so, it's and I get it when a lot of people say, hey, what I want to do is be proactive and not reactionary. There's look, I'm not in anybody's, I think most people know that I call a spade a spade. I'm not, one that is like, I'm not going to say you doing right just because you my friend. Let me put it that way. So that's just not how I do it. And so the reason I say that Brian Griselle is the only person on the city council who should be there after the next election is because I just tell people, go look at his record. Go look at how he's voted. Go look at what he's done. And then compare everybody else's. And I want to be clear, I'm not in Brian Gazelle's ward. Right? Look, Brother Lewis, thank you for saying that. Right now, China has become one of the largest colonizers of Africa.
Yep.
Like that's quiet as it's kept. We think about European colonization, but China has become one of the largest colonizers of Africa. And again, it shows you all of the gold is where? In Africa. All of the diamonds are where? In Africa. Most of the fertile crops are where? In Africa. Most of the oil is where? And so you're looking at this notion that they tell us that what we have is nothing. And because we accept what we have is nothing, it makes it easier for people to come and take it from us. I will say this. And what Zoe say, two things can be true, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to say this about this. Gaddafi, on the one hand, Gaddafi was not a good human being. Okay, Ken? Let me be clear. Gaddafi was not a good human being. But that is not why America killed Gaddafi. You know why America killed Gaddafi? America killed Gaddafi because Gaddafi said Africa belongs to the black man. And that the African nations should unite. And the last thing that Europe and America and China wants is for Africa to unite. And so I'll stop there because I go on and on. I do want to just tell one quick funny story about the camp, and then I'll let you close it out. But so yesterday was not like the elite camp, right? Yesterday was for, just kids having fun.
Correct.
And my grandson, he plays in the band now. And he's not an athlete, but he's just a good kid, likes to get out, right? And so I want to be clear that this was not, to everybody watching, this was not the quote elite camp. This was not a camp for, this is for get your child out the house, have a little fun. So they had the 8th graders gathered. So they were running through some skills, Ken. And then finally they said, all right, we finna do some route running skills. And Ken, this little 8th grader reached in his back pocket and pulled out his Jerry all-world gloves and stepped on his gloves. And Ken, he jumped out of his Nikes and put his football cleats on. And my grandson looked at me like, what the hell is happening? I said, hey, son. I said, he got equipment, Ken, not equipment. I said, he got equipment. Don't worry about that, Joshua. You don't do that. You just out here for fun. He getting ready for the elite camp next week. That little man, hey, look here. Homer ran down, Kid, and broke it down. Turned around, I said, oh yeah, that little young boy's running routes at home in the backyard. Matter of fact, I'm mad at Jesse Riley for not offering that boy that day. Jesse, you should have offered that boy. Jesse, you should have offered that 8th grader that day. So that was one of the little funny things from the camp. That little 8th grader was, he came with his own equipment, Kid.
He came prepared. That's all it is.
He was trying to get his off. Now, we go back to the serious stuff now. I just had to get that in.
No, it's all good. Coach Price in this thing said we don't understand our power and our worth. I mean, that's so true, man. It's so true. It's just I get it, and because I get it, I was talking to Quay earlier, and I was like, look, I mean, we got some opportunities in some of these smaller towns in the state. You know what I mean? If something pops up to where we can go and have a little some to galvanize, I said, I don't care if I come out of there with 5 people that's willing to support what we're doing. The beauty in it is strength in numbers. The more you grow, the more you know, and then after a while, it becomes the cool thing to do. And then you grab the clout chasers, you grab some of them, you know what I mean, into the fold. But you have to just stay the course. Somebody gotta do it, And we got so much value together. We just don't either we don't know it, or we don't believe it, or we don't care for it. And the unfortunate thing about it is that we I was talking about the conference thing. This idea of banding together to form HBCU conference. I would love for that to happen. I keep saying that. I would love for us to do something like that. I just don't believe it will happen. I don't believe that the powers that be would allow it to happen. And I don't believe that we have the right leadership in place to power through the resistance. Because one of the things that was consistent with the oppression that our ancestors went through was there was a relentlessness, there was a consistency to continue after the obstacles got hard. You know, you're not going to see many mug shots of freedom fighters and those that are going before that's willing to be martyrs for the cause. As soon as you get an ounce of opposition, it's like, you know what? The hell with that. I'm going to just do me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Y'all got it. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I don't see that happening. I just don't see it. Therefore, because of that, because I don't see that happening, I just believe that it's probably best if we take a couple and we go. Just for now. Something's got to be out there to give some type of frame of reference, you know, where there's no frame of reference. And I believe that there are a lot of schools that can kind of follow the blueprint as to what we do and what we're doing. Probably not necessarily with a platform, but just this is what we run into, Brother C. Lee. There are a lot of people that think that what they're doing and what they've been doing is going to fit in today's new model.
Right.
But they're going to realize that a lot has changed in the last 2 years, man, that can make or break you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you're never standing still, just watching things kind of just, if I just stand pat, then we'll be fine. You're either getting closer to the mark or you're getting farther and further and further away.
Yep.
And we've gotten to a place where they're not even worried about it. Like, for example, we saw this young white lady who came out and did a video and she was using the N-word because there is a play now. She already knew. She had already calculated that I'm probably going to get fired because they're going to overreact and there's going to be a cancellation. But I know that my community is going to come to my rescue and I'm going to have a shit ton of money because they're going to do this GoFundMe and they're going to flood me with support. And I don't have to there is no consolation anymore to change my mindset because I know that my community got me.
Yep.
And that's just a mindset that we just probably won't ever get the experience unless we create that community. I think when you think about those examples from an African-American standpoint, you might have to go into, you look at like Nation of Islam or something to that effect, how they ride for the, Minister Farrakhan and those figures, because they like, look, we live in our own little world and we're not going to let you come over here and interrupt that. Exactly. Some consequences. So, I said, what are you saying, man? What I am saying is this. I want to ask everybody. We got 500 people looking at us right now. Ask yourself, how many people that look like you do you come in contact with every single day? It could be a lot. And I ask this question because you, of the 500, are tuned in to this platform that has given you a blueprint of kind of what we do for the most part. Right? Brother Michael Judd, I hear you. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that. If you can care about what we're talking about and what we're doing, I just believe that there are others that's in your scope. It's going to take a village. It's not for us to convince your network to value what we're doing. And, you know, I appreciate those who, by word of mouth and the excitement of what is happening, they pour back into this thing that we're doing. It's a beautiful thing to see, man. It really is. And I just don't see many examples of that. Outside of that, it's just, this is what I do. This is what you do. You do what you do. I do what I do. And we go about our way. But it's so deeper than that, man. We're growing into a standpoint to where we've had conversations with other people about job opportunities and all kind of stuff. Very similar to like a fraternity. I'm not in a fraternity, but you know, it's kind of like it's a commonality. And it's amazing how we use the thing that we love to bond us, and it gives us the opportunity to do what we do. So, man, but we in trouble, man. I just I'm serious, man. I saw a video, Brother Seeley, and I'll be quiet when I say this. I know that his brother, I don't know his name, but he talked about how the baby boomers. He had mentioned that the baby boomers was going to be the first generation to raise a generation after them that was going to be in a worse situation than they were. Every generation prior to that had always raised a generation that went a higher level than that.
Yep.
The question you gotta ask yourself is, what happened? Hey, listen. I understand that. I fully understand this, Roy. This is why I scoff, SCOFF, scoff at anybody, especially African American people, especially Black folk, talking about Trump, America, and how Black people would get in the bag when Trump was in office. I almost want to slap you stupid saying shit like that, because you don't even realize that was the play the whole time. It was a diversionary tactic, and you idiots fell for it. I'm not trying to be offensive, but I'm going to give you a little something to make you be more self-absorbed. All along, I'm putting systems in place that you cannot change, that's going to move you backwards by several years. And I'm also going to desensitize bigotry around you. I'm going to make you okay with it.
Right.
All those biggies that used to hide, people say, I like it that way. I ain't gonna, no, not so fast. Not so fast, bro. I ain't gonna sit up here and be like, I'm so gung-ho about having people that don't look like me or not, that's not a part of this community, saying derogatory things in the standpoint that there's no more fear. Because I left the Walmart in Highway 18 looking for something. And I'm walking past an elderly white dude with a Trump hat on, talking about, make America great again. It's like, I already know where you stand. That's like a badge of honor for them. Just like I rock this Jackson State hat, y'all know what comes with that. You know what comes with that hat. So again, it's just amazing to me how. And then when we saw people getting money at that time, we had a little money and folks were feeling good because they felt like they had a piece of, oh my gosh, man. It's something. It's something. It'll come to me. Not that I'm not at a loss for words. It's just that I'm a little.
So I'll say this. I'll say this to the point that you're making, because I heard you and Zoe had a great conversation about this, and folks had some great conversation. And I think a lot of people had a lot of great things to say. Here's what I'll say. The point for me that you make, and then I'll elaborate on why I think that's the most important point, is there are too many people who don't understand that what you did yesterday won't work today, and what you did today probably won't work tomorrow. And so here's the question that I'll ask, regardless of how people feel about it. I think it's sad that at this point, and maybe you can tell me something that's happened in the background that I haven't heard about. I don't understand why there hasn't been a meeting. And I'm not talking about, well, let me say it and then I'll explain what I mean by that. Given everything that's happening with the NCAA, with the NCAA, I find it interesting that we have not had a meeting with all of the ADs from HBCUs. Now, when I say have a meeting, I'm not saying they need to have a meeting to be talking about a conference. I'm not saying they need. I'm saying that if they understand that they're trying, that the Power Four are trying to create essentially a professional league amongst themselves, that all of the ADs for the HBCUs haven't at least said, hey, man, let's get together and talk about how we can strategize moving forward of what's best for us. Not let's have a meeting to see if we can create a super conference, not have a meeting to see if we're going to break up our conferences. No, I'm saying, here's what I'm saying. I'm saying, hey, if something is wrong in my neighborhood, Ken, and the same thing is wrong in your neighborhood, it would be silly for me not to call you and say, hey, Ken, how are you strategizing over in your neighborhood and me strategizing? And so the fact that that all the ADs haven't said we need to get together, because that's all that's happening on the other side. It's ADs and presidents. It's ADs and presidents of PWI saying, let's get together and make some decisions about how we move collectively. Yet our ADs and presidents, right? Now, and people correct me in the chat, right? Have the HBCU presidents and HBCU ADs all decide to let's get together and see what can we do to move forward to make sure, because here's the one thing about it. You cannot convince me at this point that we don't have enough cachet to have a stronger independent network streaming where we can get the lion's share of the money. Like you can't tell me.
We have some that's there, and we got keep going.
Yeah, and so the fact that we are waiting on the pennies from other people, as opposed to collectively saying, right, we have an economy base. We can prime the pump of our economy base and write our own checks, and then nobody is thinking like that's just the general kind of thinking that I'm thinking that Brother Ken is saying about. He's just. I think a lot of people, you have to not get offended when somebody just throw an idea out there, because I think people need to understand that I think people don't understand how science works, right, Ken? I really don't think people understand how science works. When you're in a lab and you're working on an experiment and you're trying to come up with an experiment, Ken, and it's 4 or 5 scientists in the lab, sometimes you get to the point where you're just pitching ideas. And the point of pitching an idea is not necessarily you got the solution. It is that hopefully your idea will inspire somebody else for another idea. So when Ken says, hey, maybe 4 of us ought to think about moving up, that's not Ken saying I want to destroy black conferences. That's Ken saying, hey, I'm looking for some ideas to make sure that we don't get left behind. What Ken is saying is I'm looking for some ideas so that somebody don't say, Ken, 20 years from now, hey, y'all remember when HBCU sports used to exist? Because what's going to happen is if we don't become progressive, we're going to become like the Negro Leagues. That is, we're going to say, remember the Negro Leagues? Remember when they used to exist? Right? You either grow or you die. There's no in between. If you're not growing, you are dying. And so regardless of whether or not you agree with what Ken is saying, the point is to come with a counter idea. But what we should all be doing is calling and emailing and pressing our ADs and our presidents, no matter what school you're in, right? Press your AD, press your presidents and say, hey, have you met with the other presidents and ADs, right? So we can decide how we gonna move together. So we can decide what's gonna be, because to Ken's point, when it came to the Underground Railroad, Harry could only free the ones who wanted to be free. And everybody didn't want to be free. That's why she carried a pistol. But people don't understand. The pistol that she carried was not for white people. Like, people don't understand that Harry was not carrying a pistol for the slave catchers. We called them paddle rollers, by the way. The paddle rollers were the people who caught the slaves. She was carrying a pistol, Ken, because if we got halfway down the road and Brother City decided, I don't want to go no further, I want to go back. Oh, there we go. There we go. She said,
get your ass out.
You got a choice. You can go to freedom or you can go meet your mate. But you can't go home, player. I can't let you go home. And what Ken is saying, and that's why it's hurting so bad, Ken. Ken, what you're saying is, HBCUs, you can come to freedom with me, or you can die, but you can't stay how you are.
See, let me throw something in there. Did y'all pay attention to the young brother who just got the Olympic time in the MEAC?
No, I missed that.
So he had I think he was with Norfolk State, had a qualifying time to participate in the Olympic trials, and he was not allowed because the MEAC did not. It was something regarding like they didn't sanction their conference or something to that effect. So he wound up missing an opportunity. He's been there 5 years, and it's heartbreaking. The MEAC put out a statement today, and it's like, holy smokes, man! And I don't want to go down that road. What I'm saying is that it was a public clusterfuck, man. You know what I'm saying? And it was he missed when you work so hard to get that moment and you have that moment stripped of you because of the negligence or Negro ineptitude from the side of the conference and not making sure they had what they needed to do. It speaks to what you're saying. You know what I mean? It's we don't know what's coming. We don't know. We really don't know. But what you said, I'm gonna make this simple for y'all. How many photos are there of big-time figures from the African-American community that actually met and had meetings about how to make change positively for those that were in their community? You took your best and your biggest and your brightest, and they got on the front lines and they stood. Yep. I understood what Malcolm X said about, celebrities and all that good stuff. But I'm saying in that moment, it had to be someone that was able to demand the attention
right
of those and figure out a way to make some shake, right? That's where you get the meeting of Jim Brown and Lou Alcindor, who obviously Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
right.
And, you know what I'm saying? Bill Russell, and they sit down and then you go, you make a great point, Brother C. Lee, when we talk about have we met at least and had a conversation?
That's it.
And we're getting to a point. I want y'all to understand something. I'm thankful for this. I am getting to a place where I don't give a damn about anybody's feelings when we're talking about progressive thoughts for our community. If it's a progressive thought for the community, it's not personal. If you just so happen to take that personal, that's your damn fault. That's on you. I'm not even finna keep addressing that. I'm not gonna keep doing that. I say that to say this. It's getting to a place where if we ain't met, it's damn near negligent on the leadership's part to not at least have had some conversation. I'm not saying that it hasn't happened, because just because we don't see it or it ain't been advertised doesn't mean that it hasn't happened. So I want to make sure I put that out there. But if it hasn't happened, shame on us for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because in relation to that conversation, I'm telling you, there is nothing, I don't see anything, bro, that, all right, can I be frank? Why do HBCUs exist, Brother Seeley? The origin of HBCUs.
They exist because racist white people believed that we were inferior in every way possible, and that it would be a waste of human resource to educate us because we were only good to service them.
Okay. Therefore,
they created them to pacify and to separate.
Boom shakalaka. I don't want you over here. You can go over there and do your thing.
Right.
At what point did we?
And let me add, and to limit what you could do. That's it. And to make sure that we limit and control your education as well. Go ahead.
And so my point is this. So what we have was given to us. Is that not correct?
Right.
It's given to us. Boy, I can't help myself. I just got to be straight up with y'all, man. Listen. There is no tangible example of anything that our community has created for ourselves that has sustained itself in the same arena that powerful white people have played in. I'll say that again. I know you have the civil rights movement and all that good stuff. I'm just telling you guys, when it comes to, have you guys ever noticed that we only had these conversations in relation to like football?
Right.
That's the only sport that we have this conversation, because in every other single sport, you are in the same category. Mm-hmm. You're competing for the same thing. So they take the most profitable, where the most opportunity, most money is at. And I'm telling you right now, in this volatile infant stage of this new world order in athletics, from a collegiate standpoint, I'm telling you right now, they don't even know where this thing is going to stop.
Right.
So there is nothing from an evidence standpoint, a tangible reality that says that they, meaning the NCAA, who is a fucking mafia any damn way, right, is going to allow the black schools to play ball in the same freaking arena that they're playing in. They are in the process of separating. And they have no desire to allow us to participate in that game. The very reason for them to do what they're doing is for multiple reasons. I'm almost starting to, I ain't gonna say that that's the case, because it was way ahead of that. But I will say this though, it still reigns true. The black athlete is still the most valuable athlete in college football.
Yep.
I don't give a damn what you feel about that. That's the case. That's why the rules are changing, because it's like, how can we stack the deck? Because we damn sure don't need another Deion Sanders. Let's go awake this community up and make them start to Brother Seeley, what did you just say? You just said something to the effect of, what did you just say in relation to them putting emphasis on something that somebody don't really value What was you just talking
what they do is they teach us to devalue what we create or this origin of us, so they can come in and take it and resell it. So they teach us not to value the things that we have. And once we don't value it, or we only value it once they say it's good, right? As long as it's just us, we think of it, we may like it, but we may not value it. Because we've devalued ourselves so much, right? What Zoe says, only black people devalue black things. And so what they have taught us how to do is to devalue ourselves. And because they've taught us to devalue ourselves, it makes it easy for them to colonize what we have. And to Brother George's point, and that's the point, is that it's not up to the children to reject it, it's up to the parents.
It ain't happening.
You're right.
The reason that is a, gosh, fam, I love y'all, man. But that notion is just an unrealistic concept. It doesn't match the data. That's not happening from a macro standpoint. It's not going to happen because racism is on autopilot. It's on autopilot. The effects of it,
right?
Because the residual of bigotry and oppression and racism is the self-hatred thing. That's why it says black people devalue black things.
Right.
And I said this a long time ago, and I stand on this. You show me anywhere where if they really believe those, I'm talking about when I say they, I want y'all to understand this. I'm talking about bigots. I ain't making no qualms about that. If you racist or bigot, I'm talking about your ass. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is there is nothing in this world that validates anybody putting that amount of energy into something that they don't think has value.
Bingo.
Please give me an example of a people putting a lifetime of energy into the idea that I can oppress someone. What the hell are they trying to oppress us from? Obviously, they do not want you, black people, to realize the value. That's why China can build a damn road system straight to Kenya, because I need the Kenyans to not know that Kenya is valuable. Because if they really knew what Kenya was, these motherfuckers would be fighting us at every hand to keep us out of there.
Yep.
And we are numb, we are asleep, we are blind, and we don't give a damn, Brother C. Lee, because we are dead set on beating each other. Gosh, we are dead set on beating each other to the standpoint to where we don't care about the stuff that really matters. That we don't care. I just want to be better than you, bro.
Right.
I want to put foot on your neck.
We the king. We not the lion, we the gazelle. We not trying to outrun the lion. I'm just trying to outrun the slowest gazelle.
I just need to be faster than the slowest gazelle. And I won't be lunch today.
That's it.
I saw a video of a pack of monkeys that whooped the tiger's ass. I mean, it might have been a what was that? It was a lion.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Hey. That joker jumped in that crowd, and let me tell you something. I don't know what the hell. I don't know if it was orangutans or something.
They put them paws on him.
When I say they put them orangutan bees on that joker had to retreat. It's one of you, and it's about 40 of us, bro. You finna take a major L.
That's the first time I ever saw a lion say, "What the hell?"
Listen, he got out of there.
Hey, kid. Not today, Simba. Not today.
Bro really thought he had lunch. And them guys were like, "No, dog, it ain't going down like this. It ain't going down like that." So all I'm saying is this. This is what I'm saying. Okay, what are you talking about? Well, I got a lot of ideas. I don't know if y'all ready for them, but we can talk about them as they come up. And I stand on what I mean. The game is there. Boy, all right, okay. You want HBCU conference? You ain't gonna be able to do it just straight up. You ain't gonna be able to do it. Because they ain't gonna allow you to do it. But if you're listening, I'll tell you how I believe we can do it. I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna give you the game. Y'all listening? Get your pen and paper out. The bell cow is Jackson State University. Jackson State has the ability to do some things that no other HBCU can do. NCAT, North Carolina A&T, is the largest HBCU in the nation.
Yep.
They ain't even in no HBCU conference right now. They kind of in transition right now. They don't know where the hell they're going to be. Big South, collegiate, whatever. I don't know, whatever the hell them conference is. I don't pay no attention to it. Tennessee State is a blue blood. They're not in the HBCU conference. They've been in the PWI, OVC since as long as I've been alive.
Yep.
In 1980, that's a blue blood. FAMU over in Tallahassee, Florida, is a Shaq bully right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know they had the little embarrassment. No. Leave Hampton alone. Just follow me. Follow me. You take 3 big blue bloods and you take the largest HBCU, and those 4 institutions have a meeting. And the plan is to infiltrate a conference that is on the FBS level. You sell the package. Listen to me. We got a white racist governor by the name of Tate Reeves.
Tater tot.
You want to make tater tot you want to put tater tot in your back pocket? You go in there and you sell him that you're going to have some white PWIs visiting the city about 5 or 6 weeks in the fall. I guarantee you we'll get way more than what you think we'll get. You create a blueprint so everybody can see it. You create value. In the history of the game, the Underground Railroad was established in the system that existed called slavery.
Right.
It had to be created in a way that was invisible to the process of what they was trying to establish, which is freedom.
Right.
But I gotta do it in a way where you ain't gonna see me coming.
Right.
They're not finna let no bunch of Negroes pull up talking about we gonna start our own thing. The hell you are. They'll change all kind of rules. But if you follow my lead, I'm Jamie. I'm motherfucking Django.
Right.
I'm on the blue suit. I got the blue suit on with the horse. Who that nigga down on that Nas? Listen, I thought this. Listen, I'm sorry. Listen, man. Somebody say, well, what aboutism? What about it? You think Texas A&M gave a damn about the Texas A&M rivalry game when they decided to go to the SEC? Guess what happened? Texas A&M said to hell with playing Texas every year. That was a historic rivalry that existed in the Big 12. Texas A&M said, we out, bro. We gone. Guess what just happened? Oklahoma and Texas just joined the SEC. Hot diggly damn dog. Texas A&M must have been on to something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying to you is this. I give you a blueprint. Hey, look, we play. The agreement is, though, every year we must play these 3 HBCUs. We got to play each other. And guess what, Brother C. Lee? Those 4 schools can play one HBCU in a non-conference FCS game every single year.
Yep.
There go you for all you you negative Nancy's that's gonna cry about your HBCU experience for your 2 games that you're gonna show up to. We'll give you 2. Matter of fact, we'll give you 3 HBCU games and a possible 4th, and you probably still ain't gonna show up to all of them. So all I'm saying to you is that there are so many other ways to do a thing. It doesn't have to be just one way. I can tell you right now, I would love to be proved wrong, but I just don't see the evidence or the data. And I also think that this is the worst generation of Black people that we've ever seen in the history. When you compare us to our ancestors, we just don't care anymore. It's always, you just do you, I'm gonna do me. The music has programmed us and has made us think that the only thing I have to do is just take care of me, myself, and I in my home, while every other community is building legacies and generations and generations and generations of continuous dominance and power over the other community. And we're just all only trying to just, there is no more fight. There is no more, people just don't care. They just don't care, Brother Seeley, and I don't know. And then in whatever we do care about, it be gone in a couple of days. Just hang tight.
Right.
Just hang tight. We're not as resilient as our ancestors were. And if you look down the road, it ain't looking too hot.
No, and I think that what's important about what you are saying is that Ken's plan is a plan that he's saying this is a plan because the Black unity for what we're waiting doesn't seem to be coming. This is a plan because
further away from Black unity.
Right. This is a plan because, again, if all the ADs and the presidents of HBCUs are not talking to each other, if all the ADs and the presidents of the HBCUs are not strategizing, if everybody isn't signing up to take that ride with Harriet Tubman, right? Harriet Tubman could only take the people to freedom who wanted to be free. Here's the problem. There are far too many Black people, and there are more Black people, and I want everybody to hear me this, because this is where we are confused. The average Black person, no, not that, the vast majority of Black people, they don't want to be free. They just want to be employed. They have confused getting a check from somebody with being free. And as long as Black people, we confuse somebody giving us a weekly or a monthly or a bi-monthly check, as long as we think that getting a paycheck is the end result of the liberation movement, the civil rights movement. That's the other thing. I tell people that the civil rights movement, the original name was the liberation movement. If you go back and look at all of the boards that they were carrying and everything, it wasn't the civil rights movement. It was the liberation movement. It was the freedom movement. And in a liberation movement or a freedom movement, getting a check is not the equivalent of being free. I used to tell my students at Jackson State, look, if you graduate from Jackson State and you get a job offer for $300,000, that's good, but that's not a success. And they would look at me like, what do you mean, Mr. Mackey? That's $300,000. How is that not a success? I said, let me tell you what a success is. A success is when you leave Jackson State, you can put a sign up in real big letters that says, I can do this. And then in smaller letters under it says, and you will pay me this much to do it. Until the vast majority of Black people, our vision is sovereignty. Do me a favor, everybody in the chat who wants to, put the word sovereignty in the chat.
And Google it if you don't know the definition.
There you go. Google it if you don't know the meaning, right? Because we really have to, what Ken is saying is there are a couple of ways to become sovereign. And if you don't want to become sovereign by us working together, then a few of us, like Tubman, right, has to say, we're going to get sovereign one way or another. We either going to get sovereign together or some of us going to get sovereign. But sovereignty is not a check, Black people. Sovereignty is not Black people patting us on our back, right? Yeah, Brother Bridgman, the fact that the black dollar circulates in our community less than one time.
I'm gonna say this again, brother C. Lee, because I want to feed on that, because I know that this mentality happens. I see people that I don't even want to go into the depths and the deepness of what we're talking about. You know, hey, bro, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Just click it in the chat. You can come on up. This is the point. This is the point I'm making. There are people who, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put this in your pipe and smoke it, because I know that I'm gonna look at the camera. I know that there are people who say they love Jackson State that watch this platform and will not get active with us, because it is a mindset that blocks you from thinking that you are doing something for some one of us, some way, somehow. Regardless of the transparency, there is a resistance, because you may think that somehow there may be some dishonesty, somehow there may be a lack of trustworthiness, some jealousy, some envy, some I don't want you to do better than me ism, whatever the hell you want that to be, or whatever you think that is to look like. That's my point, man. There is no example. I feel confident in saying, I'm not flexing on nobody. There is no other platform like the platform that we have. If you tell me that it is, I'll tell you to your face that it don't exist, because we did not create this thing to do what we're doing. This has happened organically.
Right.
And all I'm saying is I'm seeing it because I'm on the front lines of it. And I'm just telling you, boy, oh boy, we could get to a greater level if we do it together. And I'm just saying, I just want to continue to challenge.
Let me correct myself. Hey, I'm sorry, Sister Bridgman. I said Brother Bridgman. I'm sorry, Sister Bridgman. I didn't mean to say Brother Bridgman. See, I appreciate y'all for catching that and correcting me on that. Appreciate y'all on that.
No problem. DP, what's up, baby? I know you.
Hey, what's going on?
Man, sometimes I feel like I don't know, man. Sometimes I wish this may sound bad, bro, and I'll let you rock. Maybe this don't happen to y'all. Sometimes I wish I didn't give a damn.
No, look, it's because giving a damn is frustrating. It is. The problem is you see that most people have given up and quit. Most people have acquiesced. Most people have taken the road of less resistance. Most people took the check. Most people took the pat on the back. Most people took the status. Most people, and so what happens? Yeah, so it's fun. But the problem, Ken, and I'll let Coach go. The problem is, what did Jeremiah say? When it's in you, it's like a fire shut up in your bones.
Yep.
When you got righteousness and truth in you, you can't. It doesn't just so. It is frustrating when you are talking to people who have given up. It is frustrating when you see people who don't understand what we have. But I can say to you this, Brother Ken, again, I'll set up that Ken, I walk around this city and I walk around places. I'm at the camp the other day, and look, Ken, I travel the country. I get a lot of poetry love. I get a lot of love for my poetry. I get a lot of love for my short stories. You know, I get a lot of love. They fly me out to talk about Prince all over the country. I get a lot of love for that. But Ken, I ain't gonna lie to you. That KC-1400 love. I mean, people stop me because of what y'all are doing. And I'm going to be clear. I know it ain't got nothing to do with me. It's because what KC-1400 Media has stood on the front line to represent for Jackson State. And so, as you get tired, those of y'all, as you get tired, just know that the reward is that you've done what you know to do is right, so you can make the world better than it was when you got here. I shut up. Go ahead, Coach.
DP, before you go, I'm going to throw one thing in, and I'm going to be short. I'm going to share something that Coach Callie James said to me yesterday. He sat down with me. He said, man, bro. He said, he called me coach. He said, look, coach, man, y'all the difference maker, bro. He said, man, y'all game changers, bro. And he said, man, coach, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. He said, man, I got a call from Florida, bro. From Florida, like, he like, man, who is 1400, man? Who did he was like, bro? He said, man, y'all ringing, man, and it ain't even about all of that. I'm more focused internally, trying to get us to get active and really get excited about this thing. And DP and I talked about it yesterday, but I just thought that was telling because I was like, I said, Coach, we just getting started, man. We just getting started, and I'm excited about it because it ain't about me. That's what makes me excited about it. If I had to do this alone, bro, I would have just said, hey, I ain't gonna keep doing this, bro.
Right.
But the fact that I get to do it with the family and everybody that has ever donated $1 gets to all claim a part of every single initiative, every single thing that has transpired. And there are some people that just don't want to do it the old school way. They want to do it through the vehicle that is KC-1400 Media or Friends of KC-1400 Inc. And we okay with that. And I need everybody else to be okay with that too, because all of that comes still and it's still going to benefit the university. So I pause there. DP, what's up, baby?
Oh man, not much, man. I've been enjoying listening to y'all tonight, man, and you know, you guys are touching on a lot of important topics. You know, like I said, you know, being from the city, being from Jackson, and just being away, and then just every time I came home and just seeing like a little bit of the decline in the city, you know, every time I would come back or whatever. You know, and it made me feel a certain way, and you know, and be upset at what we're not doing or the lack of us not valuing what we have as a people, right? Because everything really flows through Jackson, you know, in the state of Mississippi. Everything flows through Jackson. And if you have a healthy capital, you have a healthy state, in my opinion.
Yep.
You know, that's just my opinion. One of the things that I feel like that you touching on when you're talking about, you know, the conference situations and stuff like that. So I've been an assistant athletic director for development. All right. So, you know, my job was to, you know, bring in the money, make connections, and make sure the athletic department is operating functionally. So, and I did that at a HBCU. All right. So I did that at Kentucky State. So I was assistant athletic director at Kentucky State. And I had conversations with a athletic director who was at a Division I school. And basically he was talking to me about the conference, how conference situations, how they do in basketball, when he realized that it was about the money aspect, right? And basically, because, you know, at first he was a new AD coming in, and then, you know, getting into the business, and then as the years went on, he started realizing. And the MAC conference, basically, what they were saying was they was trying to make sure they got enough teams into the NCAA tournament, because, you know, you get that money from the tournament.
Yep.
And then you get that money. Like if you make the tournament, the NCAA tournament, you get that money for 5 years. So every single year they're trying to get multiple teams into the tournament, because you're going to get that money for 5 years, and that money is going to keep coming. So so you think about it. So if let's say we're in the MAC or Conference USA and we make the tournament, we get that money, right? That's 5 years. That's 5 years that money's going to come. We make the tournament again. That's an additional 5 years. You make the tournament again. That's an additional 5 years. That changes the direction of your athletic department.
Right.
And so I hear what you're saying, and I understand it, because I understand the money behind it, because I've been in that seat. So I understand the money behind it. And, you know, I get exactly what you're saying. And I understand exactly what you're saying because of that standpoint, because I've sat in that other seat, not just from being a coach, but being on the administrative side, being an assistant athletic director for development. One of the things that one of the things for me, so you guys could see the stuff that we're putting out now with women's basketball, right? You're seeing the graphics, you're seeing the social media presence and things like that. The visibility is important. So the first, like, soon as I got in the door, the first thing I was like, who does our social media? That is the first thing that I wanted to touch on, was who does our social media, because I want to make sure that we do it. I want to make sure that we are the ones that are putting the content out, because we have to sell our program. Not only sell our program to potential student athletes, but to sell our program to the community, to the NCAA. They got to see what we're doing, right? We got to be visible enough for them to see what we're doing, because, and then we got to put a product on the floor, right? And then we got to do our part and put a product on the floor that's going to help us make it to the tournament. But at the end of the day, it doesn't just take one thing. It takes a lot of different things, right? And one of the things you always say, it takes a village, right? It takes a village, right? In our community, we have to love, we have to love our school, because Jackson State is everything to the city. Jackson State is everything to the city. And so we got to make sure that we are just like putting out a product that that the people are going to love, the community is going to love, people can get behind it. You will see, more visibility goes to the way we do everything, and the recognition that we'll get from the top down. So I definitely get what you're saying, especially the part about having the PWIs coming to the city, right? We next year we'll have 3. Next year we will have 3. Listen to what I'm saying. We will have 3 Division I games at Jackson State. Women's basketball, we will play 3 Division I games against PWIs at Jackson State.
That's big.
And that's going to be big for us overall. And that's going to be big for us overall because that don't necessarily happen.
Right.
We're going to have 3 games. That's going to help us. That's going to help us with ticket sales and visibility.
That's
awesome.
So
I think it's important. That like you were saying that why not just have conversations? Why, like y'all was saying, why not just have conversations?
It don't cost nothing to talk.
It doesn't cost anything to talk, but have those conversations. And and like I said, I just came from a PWI. I just came from Marshall. Right? I just came from Marshall.
Marshall's Conference USA, right?
No, they moved to the Sun Belt.
Oh, he moved to the Sun Belt. Okay.
Yep. So they've been in the Sun Belt for 2 years.
Okay.
All right. So in the Sun Belt, man, it's just the difference. If let's just say Jack State was in the Sun Belt.
I would love that, bro.
All right. Let's just say that, right? If we're in the Sun Belt, that means you're gonna play Marshall, a historic, great football program, right? You'll get Marshall. You'll get South Alabama. You'll get ULM. You'll get Arkansas State. You'll get those schools like that where
Texas State. Yep.
Texas State. You'll get those schools that are close enough for the travel part, right? And for the most part, their fans travel. So, and then you make bowl games. You have a better chance at making the bigger bowl game where you get that payout as well.
Yep.
Where you get that payout in football. So, I don't know. I mean, it would be an interesting conversation. One thing about it is this, I enjoy, HBCUs. I've coached at HBCUs. This is my 3rd HBCU I've coached at, and I've coached at PWIs. And I say this all the time to whoever I'm talking to, right? You can do anything at a HBCU that you can do at a PWI. And I don't want nobody to try to say or act like it can't be done. It can be done. And another thing I heard you say, Ken, was that about just beating the other black schools. That's fine and dandy, and that's great. But the true recognition, and I hate to say it like this, but the true recognition is not going to come until you beat the PWIs.
That's why I say this year, man, that ULM game is important.
It is.
It's important. We win that game. It's first of all, it'd be the first time we've ever beat a FBS school.
And let me jump in here for a second, because I want to add to that what Coach Price is saying, and I want to make it a little bit clearer, because I want two things I want to say. When Coach Price says that, the sad part about it is that recognition is as much for our own folks as for the other side. Our own people devalue what we have to where we got to go out and beat these other schools just to convince our own people that we're on par with. Like, I know we're on par with. Everybody on this screen knows we're on par with. But unfortunately, there are too many of our own people who have to see us do that so that then they can come back and reinvest in who we are. And I want to be clear about the conversation we're having. This is not necessarily a either or. This is Brother Ken and Coach Price saying, here is a path to freedom. We are more than welcome to entertain other discussions about a path to freedom, a path to sovereignty.
Yeah.
And so I don't want people thinking that, well, Brother Ken and Coach Price, they saying, well, they don't care nothing about black conferences, or they don't care nothing about black. That's not what they're saying. What they're saying is that if, again, I know I keep bringing up this, I keep making this analogy, but if we don't all want to get free together, then those of us who want to get free are going to have to find some alternative ways to get free. And right. Because I am like, I'm one of those, like, I was around long enough, I'm old enough, Brother Ken, I'm probably, I remember when we used to go to the playoffs before the Celebration Bowl, and, I became a Celebration Bowl guy and all that. But here's what I tell people. Here's what I want to make clear to people. If you don't agree with what Brother Ken and Coach Price are saying, rather than put something in the chat, what your real strategizing gonna be to make sure that HBCUs can eat. Because the bottom line is, everybody can say from the couch, I disagree. But at least Brother Ken and Coach Price are out here doing some work to say, what can we do to move our schools forward? And so this is a conversation. It's an ongoing, and I think people don't realize how many conversations were had in the back room before the NC2A came up with this particular plan they got now. This plan that they doing now didn't just happen last week. No. This probably a 5, 10, 20-year plan they've been building to. And that's the same thing that's happening on the screen. That what you're hearing discussed are two brothers and many more people doing work in the KC-1400 Media Hall and saying that, look, what my man saying, I'm going to start, get us free, right? This is what Brother Ken and Coach Price are saying. They looking y'all in the face and saying, give us free. Now, if Brother Ken and Coach Price say, look here, Brother T. Lee, there's a plum tree over there, and that fence there. And so, Brother Ken, I'm gonna do it this way, because it's Friday night, Ken. So I get a little Friday night like we used to back in the day. So I'm gonna tell y'all the parable of the old bull and the young bull. Do y'all know the parable about the old bull and the young bull? So Brother Ken, the young bull said to the old bull, "Hey man, let's jump this fence and go get us a few of them heifers." And the old bull said, "No, young buck, let's walk around the fence and get all the heifers." all Brother Ken and Coach Price is doing is saying, Hey, maybe we ain't got the jump defense. Maybe we ain't got to run down the hill, as Brother George said. Maybe we can walk around the fence. And what we're saying is don't get in your feelings about, right? Don't get in your feelings about I don't necessarily agree with Brother King. We got to get out of just because somebody idea.
Well, let me say one thing real quick. First of all, I ain't over no conference. Right. I'm not leading no institution. Right. I have no power in the conversation that we're talking about. Right. I'm just throwing out an idea that I think is negligent. If you're watching, you're looking around and you're seeing all this movement, and we like nothing in your head said maybe we should start talking about how this is going to affect us. Or are we really just sitting here saying, let's just wait till the dust settles and just see where we fall, and we'll assess whether we are good or bad based off of that later on. I just think it's not a good approach. That's all I'm saying. That's really not a good approach when it comes to the potential of staying D1. I don't know what these folks gonna do, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they've changed some unbelievable. All I'm saying is this: there has been some unbelievable, unprecedented rulings that have been made over the past 2 years. We've seen a major Power 5 conference dissipate right before our very eyes. And you mean to tell me that who would have thought that is the Pac-12 not a bigger conference than the SWAC?
Yep.
So my question is, you say, oh, well, the only reason they dissipated because all their teams left and went to other conferences.
But why did their teams leave?
We got to get into the why.
But
exactly.
Why?
Exactly.
So they
left because of the TV revenue deals.
Yep.
They left because of the money. The money was just too great to pass up.
All I'm saying, bro, is that I see the value in our bit. Listen, I see the value in it. I even see the value in our own networks. Either you let us in, or we just go do our own thing and we keep all our money over here, whatever the case may be. I don't know. We just don't have that. We just don't have the energy behind. Really, we are really comfortable right now with accepting whatever's given to us and just trying to be the best. And the reason I say that is because if all we're doing is just existing and just letting whatever was stay that way, then how can you deny that that's what's happening? So that's how I see it.
Let me say this, Ken, and then I'm gonna jump off here because I couldn't sleep, so I felt like I had to come get a workout. So let me say this, and then I'm gonna jump off of here. Don't get it twisted at all when I say what I say, because at the end of the day, I want to beat the hell out of all the HBCUs and all the CWIs. My job is to win. What I do is to win, to bring fans in the stands, put butts in the stands, sell tickets, and to put out a winning program. That is my job. I don't give a damn if it's HBCUs, PWIs, SEC, Conference USA, Sun Belt, Big 12. I don't care. I want to beat everybody. I want to win. Right. And I want to make sure that the program that I am with is the best program in the nation. Mm-hmm. My job is to make sure that whoever I'm coaching, and I'm coaching Jackson State University, I came home to coach. So I came home to make sure that Jackson State women's basketball program is the best program in the nation. And I want to do that by making sure that we don't have to be on the road for 11 non-conference games, because we have to go out and play all of these major schools just to get funding for our program. So I want to make sure. So next year, guess what? We're playing 3 Division I games at home. We're not going to have 11 road games. We're going to have Division I games in Jackson. Also, we're putting Mississippi State to try to make sure that we get a home series with them all the time. It's no reason why we shouldn't be doing that, because guess what? They still have to pay us, and it's local, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to show that we have a product that PWIs have. It can rival any PWI.
Mm-hmm.
We just can't be in a mindset of only thinking HBCU. We will forever be in HBCU. No matter what conference we go play in,
100%.
we will forever be in HBCU. That they can never take that away from us. Like, they can never take that away from us. What I'm saying is, I want to win at all costs. No matter what, I want to win. I want to make sure that I put a product on the floor, and I help my head coach, Coach Richards, win championships. That is what I want to do. HBCUs, I plan on beating everybody ass in the SWAC. You know, we plan on beating everybody ass in the SWAC, and we plan on beating the PWIs that we play. And we plan on trying to making the NCAA tournament and winning games in the NCAA tournament.
Yep.
But we have to start talking dollars. We have to talk money. It has to be revenue coming into our athletics and to our universities. Every team that wins the NCAA tournament, the institutions see an uptick in admission.
Yep.
They see an uptick in admission. Every single year, it never fails. Any school, any team that makes it to the Final Four, they see an uptick in admissions. And I'm saying, for us, we want that for Jackson State. We want to see Jackson State in a different light. We want to see Jackson State get some of that revenue funding. And that's what Ken is talking about. Ken is talking about the revenue aspect of it. Because that revenue changes everything for us. That money goes to new facilities, new football. Everybody talks about football arena. You know, having a football arena. We need a new arena for basketball, practice facility for basketball. It's so much stuff that we can use with more revenue coming in. And that's why I think what Ken is doing is very important for our athletic department, for the players as well. So, I mean, kudos to you, Ken, and Zoe and TD and everything that y'all be doing, man, because it's big for the players. You know, we want to keep our players, right? Because everybody knows our players make the SEC. Our players make the Big Ten. Our players make the Big 12. Let's not sugarcoat everything. Our players make those institutions what they are, those athletic programs what they are. And so what we're saying is we want to just make sure that we can benefit from what our players are doing and benefit from just how good we are already. But it is about revenue at the end of the day.
Yep.
Okay, Coach, before Coach go, to show you that you're right, I want to lay two things on you. Do you know how North Carolina A&T became the biggest HBCU?
Celebration Bowl.
Before their first Celebration Bowl appearance, they were only getting 4,000 student applications a year. Only 4,000. After their fourth Celebration Bowl appearance, they were getting 43,000 applications a year. Ooh. That's a 10 times, right? Their applications for enrollment went up 10 times in 4 years. So when people say that athletics don't matter, from 4,000 applications to 43,000 applications in 4 years. Now, to put a bow on what you just said, because I know you got to go, I want to say this to you too. That's why people in the chat have heard me say this before, but I want you to hear me say this, Coach Price. That's why a lot of people don't know, but you being from Jackson, you may know this. Since the 70s, Jackson State has always been white at night. And the reason we are white at night is because we got the best education program, not just in the state. Our master's program in education, our specialist program in education. Jackson State produces more PhDs than any other public institution, the vast majority of them coming from the education department. So if our education PhD, if a PhD is good enough for white folks, then how come us big PWIs on a regular ain't the same to good? So exactly what you were saying. And I'm saying that we giving out PhDs to white folks didn't stop us from being an HBCU. So I don't want people to think that's a contradiction, because I'm a black nationalist. But I do understand that sovereignty means that we giving out the PhDs rather than somebody begging us to get the PhDs. Sovereignty is, as you saying, we hosting schools at our gym rather than us always on the road. We got a gym. We can control our destination by hosting schools and us earning that money. Thank you, Coach. I'm going to shut up and let you get on and jump in.
Hey, let me say this before you go. Appreciate you for coming up.
No problem.
Michael Judd, I agree, but I think they both go hand in hand. And then two, let's not, if we're talking about one thing, that doesn't mean that we're saying this isn't important.
Right.
This is JSU Sports Chat.
Ken, can I say one time? Can I say something to that, Ken?
Yeah. Brother
Judd, you do know there are only 11 HBCUs that are R2 institutions, Research 2 institutions. Would you like to know who was one of the first three? The first three HBCUs to become R2, Research 2 institutions. North Carolina A&T, Jackson State, Howard. I think Howard was first, we were second. So academics is always first at Jackson State.
Yep.
But as Brother Ken said, it ain't about the whataboutism. It's about knowing that we can do all things great, because here's what I say to people, and I need people to hear me clearly. It ain't that academics ain't important, but unfortunately, 50,000 people are not going to pay $25 to come see you do a chemistry experiment. However, if you get 50,000 people to come to 5 home games, you can buy a new chemistry lab so that we can get the best chemistry program. So ain't nobody coming to see your Bunsen burner. Ain't nobody coming to see your periodic table. But if we sell out tickets at the vet and we sell out tickets at the AAC and we get the AAC rocking, then we gonna have enough money so that we can have all the damn Bunsen burners we want, and we can go from being an R2 to becoming the first HBCU to become an R1. That's it. I said it.
Hey, look, that's a mic. That's a mic drop moment, bro. No, I'm just saying, like, it's just, I love it, man. Hey, listen, we just getting started, man. Hey, I appreciate you, bro, for coming up. Listen, just these conversations are gonna keep coming, man. We always say athletics is the front porch to the institution, man. I mean, it go hand in hand, and he said, "LOL, good example." Hey, I appreciate the sense of humor too, man, because he said, hence the battle is asymmetrical. I see you keep putting that out there, brother GA. I know you got that military background. He's a soldier, former soldier, man, and we're gonna have to expand on that. Talk about some of those asymmetrical tactics and how we approach a plan. All I want to say is this, and I'm pretty much done. In no shape, form, or fashion are we saying that the way things are, we don't want to be the best in the arena that we're operating in. All we're saying is that if you just see everybody, kind of doing some things for them and lining themselves up to make sure that they are competitive, make sure they are able to do. I got to let you guys know, man. Trust me when I tell you guys, what we're doing is important to how the coaches are able to recruit student athletes to our university. Yes, they are. And I can tell you, man, without saying too much, I've seen the results of that. You know what I mean? And some of it we showed tonight. So don't take this lightly. I'll say this, and I just feel like Jackson State got 9 football games on TV this year. You got schools that don't nearly have the profile that we have in the same conference that's got more. So if I'm asking these questions, how are you leveraging this this Jackson State brand? We should want more. We should want the lion's share. With all due respect to everybody else, they're not like us. You know what I mean? And the reality of it is that like Coach Price said, look, man, this is at the end of the day, it's about dollars. You know what I'm saying? And are we maximizing our earning potential in the space that we're in? And if we're not, we should be having conversations as to how we could change that. Not saying that the conversations aren't happening, because I'm just not privy to everything like that, and I don't have to know. All I'm saying is just kind of as a rule of thumb that if nothing is being talked about, then I think you maybe should reevaluate that and probably start having some real conversations about these things, and not just assume that, yeah, that's happening for the big guys, but we'll always be the little guys over here. They're not really going to affect us until they mandate a rule or some shit, put fucking around and we D2 before you know it.
I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna get off of here, right? If our football program, they're getting 3-star and 4-star athletes from other schools, right? Let's just say if we were in the Sun Belt, what kind of athletes would we actually get?
You would get more of those same athletes, and then some.
And then some. So that's all I want to say. Like, that's all I want to say. And then it changes the direction of the athletic department, just overall. And you'll see the money. You will see the money. What that will do for the university. Not saying that it's something that we should do. I'm just saying from a dollars perspective, what it does for the university. Not saying we should just automatically just leave the swag. That's not what I'm saying. No. What I'm saying is we just talking hypothetical situations about when it comes to money and what that revenue does for your athletics and your university overall. That's what we're just talking about. All right, I'll let y'all go.
Appreciate you, Coach.
All right, now.
All right, brother. Yeah.
And Ken, I'll just end on this. For all the people complaining about who we will, and well, I won't say two things, but one of them, for who we will and who we won't be playing. Damn it, I'm the one who's been sitting on the visitor side since 1975. So it don't matter who we playing. I'm the one that got to sit with them. So the rest of y'all, because matter of fact, if y'all would buy more tickets, I would have people sitting over there with me, and it'd be our stadium all the way around. So buy more season tickets, and then you won't have to worry about who we playing. The whole vet will be full. That's what I wanted to say about that.
I'm glad you went there, because I'm gonna finish up with this. It don't make no difference, brother C. Lee, because some of those games that we play, we don't care about those games. They are throwaway games.
It's gonna be me and you at the Lane game. It's gonna be just 4 of us at the Lane game.
Lane gonna get some attendance because it's the first home game.
But you're right.
Mississippi Valley gonna be a struggle.
No.
I do know that Mississippi Valley. Well, it's because it's an in-state rival. You know, not really. You know, it's an in-state school. We'll get a little bit. We might hit 30K, maybe 28,000, something like that. Just my estimation. UAPB would have been dismal, but we played them for homecoming, so we may get a little crowd there. Southern is going to be robust. And then who else we got at home? We got FAMU. I think FAMU is going to be pretty robust. So FAMU, Southern, homecoming.
Yeah, I think we go to Valley this year.
No, Valley come to us. We were there last year.
Well, okay. I don't know why I thought we was. I was thinking about the old lady from Valley with the little bullhorn.
Oh no, we was there. We was there last year. So
okay.
But my point is this: like, at least in some of those other instances, those fan bases will travel. Just saying, they're gonna buy some tickets for those games.
Right.
So there's another revenue element there. You know what I mean? We always talk about those games that we don't want to play because you got 13 fans that came from Pine Bluff to the game. Well, I mean, what if 1,300 came from South Alabama?
Right.
Or what if it's those you know, let's be real. White folks love the HBCU culture too.
Oh, no doubt.
Oh, I want to go over there to Jackson's and they got that band, that old Sonic Boom. They got a big old stadium. Let's go to Jackson and see what I mean, you know that's gonna happen. So
man, that first year we went to USM, no white folks talked about that for a year after that game. For a year after that game, they talked about it.
They was out there packed as the boom was marching into the stadium, into the area. So all I'm saying is that don't mean that nothing is going to happen. I mean, we're probably years away from being prepared to do something like that. But the conversation is today, because you don't wait until you're trying to do something to start talking about it. You start talking in advance. You start throwing a few ideas around. And like we said in closing, doesn't mean that it's not happening. We're just kind of throwing it out there that that's what should be happening. Overall, great conversation. We appreciate everybody. Listen, we didn't really collect much, but if you want to donate to the cause, look at the ticker at the bottom. We're still trying to collect for the initiatives that we're finalizing. We appreciate you, JTVs, for the donation. Before we get out of here, I'll see y'all in the morning. If you guys, for those who are going to navigate their way over to Vicksburg for our barbecue NIL collaborative event with our athletes, man. So hopefully see you guys tomorrow. And y'all love.
And I want everybody to go out and have a good time. For me, I'm gonna be working. I got Call of Duty. I'm gonna be on this stream called What Did Prince Do This Week. So duty calls. But look, I was planning to come to Vicksburg. So I want y'all to go to Vicksburg for me. Get some T-shirts, get something signed. But if nothing else, those of y'all who go, please thank those players for the wonderful job they did with our young children at that camp.
Oh yeah.
Thank those young brothers for the wonderful job and how they treated all our young Black children. That is a memory my grandson is going to have for the rest of his life. And he was beaming like it was Christmas. And so if our athletes can do that for our children, we can show up for them and do that in Vicksburg. They want to know the time again, Ken. I'll shut up. I'm gone.
There you go. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Hopefully we'll see y'all at 11. I'll be down a little early, get set up, and we'll see how this thing go. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hopefully you guys appreciate the show. Appreciate your brother C. Lee for coming up, rocking it out with us. 2 years old, took the night off and had a great show still. So I appreciate you, brother.
Look here, man, for what y'all do for us. Anytime we can pour back into it, always remember, everybody, it takes each of us working collectively to make sure the circle remains unbroken. I'm just happy to do my little part to make sure that the circle remains unbroken. I love because I only love thee. Y'all knew it was coming.
Good night, everybody. Peace.
Tiger fans, what a great time to be a part of Jackson State Athletics. T.C. Taylor on his second year. We're very excited about Coach Taylor. 10,000 season ticket holders. That's our goal for the year. With 10,000 season ticket holders, we will have more support for our student athletes, for our coaches, and also we can support our university when it comes to Jackson State University Athletics. Go to JSUTigers.com. 10,000 season ticket holders is our goal. Support Jackson State University.
This is Shaggy, and I've got with me the coach from Cannon Toyota. They have partnered up with KC-1400 Media, the Jackson State sports media partner, to bring you this really cool fan experience.
That's right, folks. We've teamed up with KC-1400 Media Group to bring you Jackson State's finest football players that'll be here live on site June 22nd. Come by, shake hands, and meet some of your Jackson State Tigers.
Appreciate it, Coach. This is Ken Clark. We'll be down in Vicksburg June 22nd. We're going to be bringing some football players. We hope to have a lot of Jackson State fans on site. We're going to have some schedules players can sign, hopefully take some pictures, and we plan on going live. We stream from YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Cannon Toyota keeps us mobile. We're excited. We're coming to Vicksburg. Go Tigers, baby.
Stop by Saturday, June 22nd for your chance to win 2 season passes for Jackson State's 2024 football season.
Shoutout is bringing healthcare to you. With our mobile health team, we can come to your school, church, or business to take care of you. We offer childhood immunizations, COVID and flu vaccinations, physicals, and much more. Don't put your health off. Welcome to Care and Compassion. Welcome to
Great day to be a Tiger. JSU By 40 campaign. Coach Taylor, I was just thinking, I was sitting in my office and we were talking about Jackson State Athletics, the tradition of Jackson State. You played here. What if 50,000 alums gave $40 a month for 12 months?
Man, that would be
huge. That's money in the bank for athletic programs.
Let's do this, Coach. I'm challenging all 50,000 alumni of Jackson State University, supporters, fans. Let's give $40 a month to JSU By 40 campaign. 12 months, 12 million. September to August, let's win championships in the classroom. Let's support Jackson State University. Let's support athletics. And let's make sure our coaches and our student athletes are successful. So again, Coach Taylor and I are challenging you, all 50,000 alums, $40 a month for 12 months to support Jackson State athletics. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Support the JSU By 40 campaign. Visit gojsutigers.com/JSU By 40.